if you've been collecting soul gems all night? If you up, snap your fingers. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity War. Welcome. We doing it. Cthulhu's Prodigy is your host. On my left, your boy Stitch.
I'm the son of a pirate who had a baby with an angel.
I like it. On my far right, engineering on 1 to 2, Chuck Bill out on 3 supports Chronos.
This podcast is going to be great. I can feel it in my scrot.
In the middle, we got the oldest ninja in the world, old Ninja.
Hide from it, run from it. Destiny always arrives.
Yes, last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Man, I'm back from Pitna High in Hawaii.
There we go. Whomstead we got up in there ready to listen to this live.
Maha Blurred, first in the chat room. What's going on, fam?
What
I
up
feel like it's
now?
been a while
It's been a while.
since he's been in the live chat.
We appreciate
Appreciate it.
How
And,
you doing? How your mom doing? How your grandpa doing?
Listen to the week will be Mr. X, followed by John. So what's going on, y'all?
John, we love him. Much love, much love.
Oh, happy birthday to my brother.
Yeah.
It's his birthday today.
I can't remember what we call him on the cast, but
Happy birthday to Blue.
He's fucking 40 now.
there you go.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
I'm 1 year away from that, too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn. Yeah, happy birthday to Blue. Birthday was 2 days ago.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Welcome back to the real world.
Yeah, man, because I was in paradise. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Put the heart back into Feedy.
I did. I was able to do it. Holy shit, man. It was raining like crazy over there, but I was able to resolve it.
There you go.
Did you run into the Brady Bunch out there? I'm just asking.
Dude, so it was funny because, like, you know how, like, there was that one the Brady Bunch movie where they go to Hawaii or whatever, and they steal that tiki or whatever, and they end up having bad luck? Well, we went to a Pearl Harbor bunker thing.
Bunker?
It was a bunker, yeah.
Yeah.
And while they're in there, they showed us, like, this thing that looked like a brick of charcoal, and they're like, anybody guess what this is? And it turned out to be crackers, and they had told a story of somebody who took one of the crackers home with them and just started to have nothing but bad luck and actually mailed it back to them to have them put it back inside that bunk area because he was having like a nightmare amount of bad luck and stuff like
Damn,
that.
a
So,
curse.
yeah, so don't fuck around with shit in Hawaii.
Hey, sorry to
it's all
cut
good.
you off. Keep telling us more stories, but real quick, my Heart Blood did something real cool. A feature that I forgot that we had. So thank you very much for using Super Chat and giving us money. So
We appreciate it.
So if y'all wondered what he did and how he did it, there's a little button that's below where it says say something in the chat room. There's a little dollar sign, and you could give us money. Whatever amount, doesn't matter. Helps us keep this podcast going. So
For those of you who are not listening to us live, we are on YouTube live every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific time.
All right.
PC.
Ain't, ain't nobody died except for half the goddamn Marvel universe. Let's jump in. Let's jump in.
Should we? Let's preface this. So, Avengers: Infinity War came out Wednesday, I guess.
We've
for some
been
folks.
waiting for this for 10 years.
So we are going to spoil the shit out of this. Or we're going to spoil. If you haven't seen this yet, and you're wondering, if we're just going to do like a unspoilered review, or we're just going to speculate. No, fuck your feelings. We're going deep inside,
Talking about it
like
all.
fucking a porn star with the big ass foot long black dildo.
Yes, all the way deep to the kidneys.
Yeah. So there you go. You've been spoiled.
Yeah, and for y'all that listen to this
And
in
warned.
just an audio, I will put in a warning on or put in a note of when we're going to stop talking about Infinity War.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. And we going deep on this. Stitch, you have been gone for a long time saving the city. We appreciate you.
I was on the planet Titan.
Doing ethnic cleansing as well?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm going, while we start, give us your initial impressions of this movie. I know you saw it. What'd you think?
Oh man, I was just overall just excited. Like I said before, I try to temper my expectations going into a lot of movies like this, especially ones that I've been waiting for. When they get announced after like a year or 2 years, I know something's coming down the line. We've waited for damn near like a decade for this. This is one of the most epic stories in comic book lore, and this is Marvel's version of it.
Yep.
The MCU version.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the MCU version of it. I went there. I was excited. It was I was working, so it was hard for me to even find time to go. But I went at like 9:30 a.m. for the first showing on a Saturday.
Yeah, I saw it like Newark. They had one at like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, fucking around.
Yeah, because those showings are like $5-6.
Yep.
Easy.
Well, yeah, well, and then I mean the movie is like over 2.5 hours long.
Yeah,
so it's
Yeah.
it's long. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll go deeper inside with what we did like, what didn't work, some of our favorite parts of it. But I was extremely happy and that I didn't die in the past 10 years, and I was able to witness what I've been watching all 18 of these movies for.
Was it leading up to?
Yes.
Kronos, get in here. What'd you think?
Yeah.
Impressions.
My fucking dick was hard. It was great. Man. I mean, obviously, we're going to get into what we didn't like in a minute, but I was very excited to sit down and actually see the culmination of 10 years worth of work across multiple fucking movies, all culminate into this event. I don't think any other movie franchise or studio or anything like that has even attempted to do something of this scale, bringing in, so many different franchises into one fucking movie. It haven't worked so well. They also, in some parts of the movie, they stayed really true to some of the characters, which I'll get into, and then one character they didn't at all, or for motivation and stuff. But I thought it was really good. I mean, all the extra stuff they put in there, you got to catch up where everybody was at. There's a few characters that are missing, but I didn't really give a fuck. So it was exciting. The pacing was great. Like I said, it was it's more than 2.5 hours, but it was paced so well that I didn't give a fuck.
Nah.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, let's get old Ninja. Go ahead. You got initial thoughts.
Initial thoughts, I actually felt the beginning was a little rushed. I felt like we needed a little bit of cushion, but then, like Stitch was saying, this is over 2.5 hours. I didn't feel that. I felt like I was on this really crazy roller coaster ride that I was on board with. I mean, like I said, there were some things that I did like and didn't like, but overall, I really liked what the MCU's version of Infinity War was about.
Blue?
So for me, I just saw this probably like about 5 hours ago. Like I literally just saw it today, and I enjoyed it. It was really good. All the action scenes were really great. There were some things that were kind of in the trailer that didn't make it into the movie, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But just Thanos was. I'm watching the entire movie. I kept thinking like, Thanos has a fucking purpose and a goal. Like, I kind of felt for him. Like, okay, maybe he's doing the right thing. But yeah, we'll get into that later. But it was definitely a really good movie, and everything was not almost perfect, but it was almost there.
I liked more than I didn't like. I will say that. But Stitch, are you ready to apologize to the entire audience right now on these airwaves for being so goddamn wrong? Marvel listened to us when we said Spidey senses need to be shown. We got a chance to finally see this in this movie.
Oh, I'm looking at your partner over there.
Your ass said that was in the trailer. It ain't gonna be in the movie. It was in the movie. I'm giving props to the fact that we see
you backpedaling.
No. I'm giving props to the fact that we're seeing actual spider senses in this movie.
So for this movie, you're going to give credit for having a spider sense when they didn't physically say, "Hey, my spider sense."
Yes, that's exactly what I just said.
Okay,
that's exactly what I said.
Okay, because
which they listened to us.
Because you didn't.
They listened to us.
You did for the same thing that happened in Civil War when his eyes gets big and he turns around and sees something that's not even coming at him. You said that doesn't count, but we see hair rise up on his skin. Now all of a sudden that does count.
Yeah,
I just want
to. I'll make a clear line. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The proof is he never had spider senses in Civil War or in Homecoming, and that's okay. That's okay.
We're not going to go back down that.
It's okay. Here is me giving credit. Here he does have it. I'm glad he does have it.
But he only, like, if you want to call that spider sense, because he doesn't have it anywhere else. Like, he gets fucking slammed in the face with a goddamn sign.
I'll take it where I can get it. I really will. At least there was some indication that it's there.
This Blue don't even believe.
The only issue I have is y'all keep talking about his spider senses if it makes him untouchable, but he gets his ass whooped,
of course,
numerous fucking times. So his spider sense is there, but he still gets his ass beat. It doesn't make him like invulnerable.
Well, no, he never did. Not even in the comics. He still gets his ass kicked in the comics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it seems like he doesn't have his spider sense. Well, I mean, it warns of danger, but not necessarily necessarily always direction, not necessarily on time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two distinct moments that I saw in Infinity War where it was in use, and we don't see like flashy fucking black and white
That's what he
backgrounds and
needs.
shit. It's just like he literally calls out something's coming in one part, and then you see his hair stand up on his arm.
That was good for me. I'm giving props to something, but you want me to shit on that? I don't know. I don't understand.
Me, I need-
Should I shit on that?
I
I
was
need
talking
more
about
for
you
Spider
talking
Sense.
all that shit back in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
He
right?
remembers.
It wasn't
I'm-
there.
he
Oh,
remembers.
this isn't.
I'm
remembers.
still talking motherfucking shit about that and Civil War when it comes to this character. I'm over that. I'm saying this is a correction. I'm happy about that.
Correction.
I'm glad.
Okay.
I'm giving props.
Okay.
I'm on this movie. I'm not on the others.
Let's
I'm
moving
giving
on.
props.
Let's get to Infinity War. Fuck your Spider-Man.
Yeah,
bullshit.
I agree. Fuck Spider-Man. That's good.
I took an L though.
Oh yeah, your boy Hulk.
Yeah, you took
Yeah.
that hard L.
Hulk, no. Hulk, no. No.
Nat,
I was dying laughing.
I was lying too. I
where's
was laughing my ass off.
Nat?
Bro, he was scared of Grimace.
Ah.
I don't
Grimace on
have
steroids.
I don't have a problem with the beginning and Thanos putting them hands on with a stone, or was it one stone or two stone at the beginning?
He only got one.
He had
Okay,
one.
but he had the
It
Power
was the
Stone.
Power Stone. That's the
Yeah.
one that fucking mad his hands.
Yeah, for real.
He had the Power Stone. Thanos put their hands on him. I had no problem with that. It was everything afterwards with Hulk that was some completely disrespectful to the character in terms of him being total bitch.
Yeah.
Total bitch. I mean, come on now.
Totally, yeah.
Even if you're not a
Totally
Hulk
bitch.
fan, even if you're not a Hulk fan and you hate the Hulk, when have you seen him be that bitch?
Derek called him the Incredible Cuck.
Look,
This
I
fits.
have sat on these airways for 3 years defending Hulk on all kinds of other shit. I can't do it.
Since we're
I
talking
can't
about,
do it. I'm
Since we're
gone.
talking about the Hulk, like that's a part in the trailer that wasn't there because the scene
He's
where they're
not-
all running,
Yep.
they showed the Hulk, but it actually is Bruce Banner and it's Bruce Banner, right?
Yeah.
Bruce Banner in the fucking Hulkbuster suit. So they definitely switcheroo on that one.
Yeah, we'll talk. Actually, we'll get to that at the end.
But let's continue talking about the Hulk. Like, holy shit!
That
what a-
was hilarious.
I know he got his ass kicked, but come
He
on,
did.
Hulk.
He got some PTS.
Like I was expecting him to like Hulk out inside the Hulkbuster suit and bust out of it, but
yeah, everybody did. Everybody wanted to see that. The other thing is they had someone in the Black Order that looks like he was literally made for the Hulk to beat up.
exactly right.
About the Black Dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But doesn't he call out Hulk?
yeah.
Yeah.
He calls him out. It's all like, "Oh, come on, Hulk!" And he,
And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You know this.
and Iron Man benches him.
Yeah.
he gets benched hard.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist at
Embarrass me in front of
all.
the
I will
wizards.
say this: the fact that Universal still owns the distribution rights on the Solo Hulk film, I don't know if that has anything to do with how they keep cocking him so hard.
I think there's a lot. More,
I don't know.
I think there's a lot more involved in that because there's no mention of Betty Ross.
Never.
We don't even get glimpses of it. He's not reminiscing about her, so that might be a little issue. None of his villains even pop up. Like there was like a little buzz about the Abomination, but so far, like a lot of his rogues, quote unquote, are not even talked about, and I think that might be some legal stuff.
They
with
cuck
that.
him hard. I mean, come on.
I kind of blame Universal, but then, like I said, I want to save some of this
Sorry.
for stuff later. We got to come back to this.
Y'all
when
go
we
ahead.
get to the end.
Y'all take another stab at something that you liked or didn't
Well-
like. Come on.
Do you guys want to start with the beginning? The whole,
Yeah, let's start at the beginning.
Yeah,
Let's break
go
it down.
So I don't want. I guess we start
We're
off
spoiling
with.
this. We're going balls
so
deep.
we start off with fucking the what are their names?
Asgardians.
The Asgardians calling out saying that they're just a friendly ship, like they don't have weapons, and all of a sudden you're just getting fucking bombarded and shit by Thanos' ship.
Well, so this is literally the
End of-
the post credits of Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, that's true.
So,
But they go inside and just fucking bodies every fucking where. Like everybody's got them dead. The Rainbow Bridge guy kind of laid out on the ground. Yeah.
the Rainbow
But,
Black.
By the way, Black Guy dies first.
Oh yeah,
He does.
he does.
On screen. Anyway.
On screen, yeah.
Yes.
But we get to see Loki kind of, we see Loki's emotion connection to Thor. Like you see that he actually does love his brother, because at first he was gonna let his brother get fucking killed, but then turned around and gave Thanos the blue stone, whatever it's called,
Tesseract.
the Tesseract, yeah. But then Loki's like trying to jump on his side again and just try to do his little trickster thing. Thanos was like, nope, not today, not today. And he taught him a lesson too.
Choked the fucking life out of his ass.
So
To
did.
kill a god. That was after he whipped Hulk's ass, by the way.
But I love how you said like you're not coming back this time, like you're gonna be dead.
no resurrection.
Yeah, that shit was fucking great.
Yeah,
But then
no
it made-
trickster.
Yeah.
Tom, you think Tom Hiddleston is gone? Gone?
I don't.
I don't.
I think he might have pulled another trick. He might have tried to sacrifice himself to help save Thor again.
Like come back in the next
And
one.
come back. No, not in the next one. We'll probably see him 2-3 movies down the line where we used to him being gone, and all of a sudden, boom, Loki's back.
I think he pulled a fucking Naruto and shadow cloned into that knife that he dropped.
Oh, possibly.
I like that. I will say this too. Don't forget, Thor was getting done too.
Oh, yeah.
Thor was getting his fucking skull crushed.
Yeah, he was bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Talking shit.
fucked
Yeah, I
up.
thought Thor was in trouble.
And he got blown the fuck up.
Yep.
He got left on the ship, and they blew that whole thing out. Left him in space.
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
I think it's Gian. He said that our take is off about Hulk. He said he didn't want to fight because he hates Banner, not because he's scared.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's totally wrong.
See, this is that USC film school bullshit. You gon' sit down. Be quiet.
He said it's discussing the Thor movie, but no.
Yeah, I disagree because Hulk normally does not run from a fight.
No.
Yeah, and Hulk comes out in the beginning, but not after that.
Yeah.
It's funny how it just came out then, right?
Yeah.
And when they're calling for him, they're all like, "Come on, Hulk. Where's the other guy? Where's the green guy?" And he busts out. He says, "No."
Performance issues.
I mean, I think if he didn't come out in the beginning, maybe there would be some validity to that. But the fact that he came out in the beginning just to fight Thanos, then he got his ass whooped, and all of a sudden now he doesn't want to come out.
Well, just to clarify too, wasn't he almost always Hulk in Ragnarok, and he was still the Hulk Ragnarok on that same ship? Like he stayed there.
Yeah.
but he changed back and forth though in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ragnarok,
But I'm telling you,
yeah.
after he got off of that spaceship, the Asgardian spaceship. But yeah, I'm not with Gian on any of that bullshit. He on some stupid shit. Some dumbass
So
shit.
Idris Elba beams Hulk down
Yep.
to Earth.
Back to
says-
Earth?
Yeah, says get out. Uses his last little bit of energy before he gets impaled, and sends him into Doctor Strange's
Sanctum Sanctorum.
of magic.
Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, and I thought this was hilarious because I mean we haven't seen. I mean, looking back on it, Doctor Strange, I'd probably lower my Doctor Strange rating, but I enjoyed the banter that Doctor Strange just has in general. He's an asshole like Tony is, but in a little bit more. I guess not as douchebaggish.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not now because he had everything taken away from him
Yeah.
basically. So
But I really enjoyed that. I started to get like chills when you see that something is going wrong outside. When everyone's just like you feel that and you see the hair. Are you moving the hair? My hair or something like that. And
That's after Doctor Strange summons Tony to his lair.
Yeah.
He like goes there and pick him up. But what's interesting is that there's a scene with Tony and Pepper where she's like, "Hey, like, why are you still wearing your fucking symbol? Like, you already had the surgery," which answered a lot of questions because it's like he had that removed. Like, why is he still wearing it? But it turns out he has a fucking nanotechnology suit on, which is kind of fucking dope. Which comes into play a lot in the fucking movie.
Real quick on Tony. This is my favorite Tony Stark ever. I think he nailed it. He was funny. He had a great tone. I want that fucking hoodie in my life. If you can find it, I'm gonna get that Tony hoodie.
I want that fucking Black Panther hoodie.
There's a shirt, but I haven't seen the hoodie. I've
Unless
seen
it
the
comes
shirt.
with the nanotech.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Right.
But the suit looks so cool throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And I got more thoughts on Tony later, but go ahead.
But and just the way the cameras were moving, because I was like, what's going on around the corner when they're walking out, they see the wind's blowing. I'm like,
Well, shit, he almost got hit by that fucking car too.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
They're just the way that they're filming it. I was just like, I'm leaning in my seat trying to peep around the corner, see what the hell's going on, and then it's just the dark. Black
Giant fucking donut.
yeah, donut from space is here to fuck shit up.
That was that.
And I was
actually,
like, we're not wasting any time.
Nope.
Yeah,
Straight
we
to
know
it.
we did. Yeah, I mean, it was for me that scene was super eerie because I have a reoccurring dream that's something very similar to like that, where it's like quiet inside, and then you walk out and it's utter chaos. Like
Don't
end of the
nobody
world.
want to hear about your goddamn
That's what,
dreams.
but that's what I mean. For me, that's why it was kind of interesting to me and kind of eerie about how they're discussing what is to come, and they're thinking that they have time, and then it's already too late. When you go outside, it's already begun, and they got to step up.
And then the Fuda enters your dream.
Oh no, that's not. That's your dream. What the fuck? No.
Yeah.
All right. So Tony's outside with Doctor Strange with Wong's bitch ass, who we'll get back to.
What the fuck?
You know Wong bitched out. Wong went back to motherfucking the house to look up ebony porn. That's what he wanted. You know that's what he wanted.
Oh,
Thought the world about to end.
But
About to
it was
whack off.
hilarious. That whole battle with the
One of the Black
children,
Order?
the children of Thanos, because that's what they were referring to
yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
That was good.
What was cool is that's the scene where Parker comes in because he's like on the bus and he asks Toshi. Is it Toshi, right?
Oh no,
Yoshi, what's his name again?
God damn you racist motherfucker.
God damn it! Now you're
The fat Asian kid that we can't think of the name of right now.
But yeah,
Genki.
Genki.
Yeah.
But it's Genki in the comics, right?
I can't think of it. You got me all screwed up.
Gotcha.
But he's like, I need to make a drink. Oh my God, we're gonna die. That was just like natural. I was like, did he even really? You just saw it at that time. That was absolutely hilarious. And Ebony Maw. Was I was like, how are they supposed to fuck this dude up?
The Black Order, they did fucking spot on. That's exactly how they look. That's how they fucking act. That shit was dope.
I heard there's
I have issues with the Black Order a lot.
Yeah, isn't there a Black Order? Isn't
What
there
do you mean?
one of them missing? Isn't there a character missing?
Not that I know. It's Corvus Glaive, Black Dwarf, Ebony Maw, and Corvus Glaive.
I thought they were one. Well, for me, they were one of the weakest parts of the movie.
Really?
All the way
I
around.
enjoyed them. A lot of people were saying that their motivations were just kind of like they were just sort of Thanos' pawns.
Well, they are.
I get
Well,
that.
in terms of just like
The guy named was Ned. Spider-Man's friend.
Oh,
named-
it's Ned. Yeah.
You mean Ganeki or
Genki?
That's what it should be. Genki.
Yeah. But I enjoyed watching them fight and battle.
Oh, yeah.
They were
Sure did fuck
giving
Vision
shit up.
Yeah.
Say fuck Vision up.
Yeah, well, we didn't even get to Vision getting fucked up,
Yeah.
but I mean, they were putting work on everybody out there.
Oh yeah, they were fucking Tony up.
Yeah,
he
the
was
only
just
time-
doing some the telepathy and just I was like,
Yeah, the only time they were like on their level is when they were outnumbered. So basically 2-on-2, they almost overpowered 2 Avengers.
Yeah.
When there's like 5-on-2, then that's when they had like a bit of an issue. But
All right,
other than that, they were
I guess,
working.
I guess we're gonna go down this rabbit hole a little bit. Fucking Black Widow. I don't mind her, but when she's kicking ass of aliens like it ain't shit, it takes me out of the movie. It does every single fucking time.
just hating
she's not like Captain America,
Superpower,
like
yeah.
super soldier.
She's not like
she's not weak. She's not weak.
Her fighting skills are pretty high.
Yeah.
they are.
She's
but
not like she's not like concussing these people with a punch to the face.
And let's not
She's just landing punches and kicks.
But it wasn't just
she
that.
was whooping ass.
Well, if you notice, she doesn't take on the real badasses by herself.
Yeah,
She only takes on the foot soldiers by herself.
and to piggyback, she uses their tech against them, and she has her
not at the
own
beginning.
tech.
Not at the beginning.
In the beginning, she uses the staff.
but not their tech at the beginning.
It's their tech. She uses their staff against them.
Yeah, she uses
Well, that's in the trailer. The one where she's like doing at a 45-degree angle and stabbing. That's their staff.
How does she acquire that?
Because she launched it, Captain caught it. She took it from Captain and it fought.
She
So
does.
Ebony Maw launches it across
Not
the
Ebony
subway.
Maw, that wasn't Ebony Maw.
No.
Oh, the Glaive. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking about the girl fight in Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. With
Yeah, that's the one.
yeah.
I feel like she kicked a lot of ass. It takes me out of the movie because I'm thinking that the children of Thanos are just much stronger. I'm sorry.
So, like
They're
I said,
supposed to be.
if you remember how that fight started, they're chasing Vision and Scarlet Witch. She throws the glaive across the way. Captain catches it. So now they have it.
Okay,
She
so she's
acquires
used,
it.
She's used alien
She
weapons.
uses alien weapons
No,
against-
she's used alien
It's a
weaponry
staff.
before.
Yeah, she used
Yeah.
the staff.
I mean,
that's
come
all.
on.
And she was like I said,
She used it in Avengers.
but she didn't go at it by herself. She was using Cap's help and other people's help. But she wasn't just like kicking ass by herself against that.
Yes, I'm with you on Cap. I get it. Cap's a super soldier.
That's what I'm saying though. Is that Scarlet Witch? Jesus Christ.
Black Widow.
Black Widow needed help to fight them. She never goes one-on-one with those people.
I hear you. Even with that being the case, it still takes me out of the movie because she just should be overpowered.
You're just mad that she landed a punch.
Yeah, no, right?
If it was one, I'd be fine with it.
And you're mad.
Well,
You're mad that she uses their tech against them.
That makes if she's using her text, that makes sense. But if she's like throwing a punch and the person's like taking impact and like feeling it, that's kind of.
She was
I
what-
understand what you mean.
She was whooping a lot of ass, man.
Yeah.
It took me out of the movie. for a brief second.
But then again, Batman doesn't have powers, and he thought they're whooping ass all the time, so it works for me.
Batman's the peak of human existence, though. As far as physical shit goes. So.
Yeah, we went down a rabbit hole. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, well, even before that, we see Vision get impaled, which was just, I was like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for.
Did you really give a fuck about Vision?
Oh, I'm not saying I was surprised. I wasn't ready for that.
I felt bad because he kept getting fucked up. I was like, stop hurting him.
I know, run, get him safe.
He's only probably like 2 years old now. What the fuck?
So I think I cared because he was carrying the Mind Stone. So it was like if he dies, they lose a stone, and everything's gonna go to shit. So let's keep Vision alive for now, and let's not at this point in the movie, let's not lose this stone already. That's what makes you care.
That was one of the weakest parts of the movie. There's a certain lull for me when I sat through 15 to 20 minutes of Scotland romance with Scarlet Witch and Vision. I know that they have a romance in the comics.
That wasn't even that long.
I know. It probably felt that way.
It felt like that because I know they have a romance in the comics. I totally get all that. They barely hinted at some flirting in Civil War.
Oh.
I'm sorry, did they fuck in Civil War or something and I missed it?
I'm sorry, romance and fucking. I know you watch a lot of crazy shit. There's a difference between romance and Fuda.
So what happened in Civil War between? I mean, not much, right?
No, they had that. They were both on opposite sides, and she was prisoned by him in the thing, and they had their sort of beef going on with that. But they've always had that chemistry romance.
That's the only movie where they have that chemistry romance.
Well, she's only been in 2,
and that was very brief. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, well we need to get caught up on why are they even hanging out together? Why are they sort of running off and kind of secretly hanging out with each other? So they needed to, establish that slightly, which I thought that they did. We didn't get 30 minutes of just like them eating fucking crepes and crepes and
it felt
coffee in the morning.
Fish and chips.
Felt longer, and it was something I didn't give a shit about with their romance.
You just had 2 crazy battle scenes. You watched Hulk get his ass whipped, which probably had you.
That's right.
In your feelings.
And then
wait, hold on. So you gave you were invested emotionally in Scarlet Witch and Vision? And their romance?
I don't mind seeing.
No. You were invested emotionally in it or not?
It's part of the story.
Okay, so you were. That's all.
I mean, I don't really care. But
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't care. I'm saying I don't fucking care.
You're saying it like you're mad that they even wasted time talking about
it. It felt like a waste of time. I didn't care.
We just had 2 crazy epic battles already. Give me some dialogue. I'm fine with 5 minutes of dialogue after we just watched Thor and Hulk get beat down. Then we just watched some crazy shit go down in the streets of New York. And now we're going to Scotland. Why are we in Scotland? I need to know.
You just told me that you didn't really care all that much. So why are you arguing with me about?
I'm not invested. Where it's just like, oh my god, I'm not freaking out going into the movie. I didn't think. I wonder what's going on with Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Did y'all care a lot about this? These 2.
It's not that I didn't care. It's that I understand why they did it because they were not with the rest of the group, so they were on their own. They had to link up somehow,
and they were on opposite sides of the Civil War.
So that wasn't a lull in the movie for you at all.
No, because literally it was like maybe 4 to 5 minutes.
But
and then also the fucking fight scene.
It felt like 15 minutes.
It also explains what they've been doing because the whole team, like the Avengers, have been broken up and they're not supposed to be seeing each other, but they've been sneaking around because once they get back into the helicarrier, I think it's called, but they get back into the Quinjet, and then like Scarlett Johansson,
Black Widow.
Black Widow's like, hey, like what the fuck are you guys doing together? Like you're not supposed to be that way. But so this just adds a little bit to the story.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you like that is what you're saying. That wasn't a lull for you in the movie.
If they weren't smashing, then I don't really care. Okay. If they showed a scene of Vision and them fucking, I'm like, all right.
That shit was a waste for me. That was wasted on me.
It was 4 minutes. Just like, hey, I like you too. We're gonna run off together. Let's go take a walk. Oh shit, I'm impaled. No, that's too much.
Move on. That's all, man.
I want to say that was literally 8 minutes of film right there.
Yeah. You know is why the fuck was Vision so weak in this movie?
He was nerfed.
So fucking weak. I was like, he's supposed to be able to like take on Thanos.
Remember, he left Mjolnir in Ultron. He knows how to fucking battle.
They seriously like downplayed his character.
Well, and you know what? For Scarlet Witch, they did the same thing in obviously Civil War. She was completely nerfed. She was OP in Ultron, and in Civil War she was back down. And
but in this she's kind of back.
She was pretty good.
I can envision a little bit because essentially the battle starts when he gets impaled.
Yeah, but was once. He didn't learn from his mistakes. He kept getting stabbed again. I was like, God damn, like way later.
Because when he got
And
stabbed,
Vision shouldn't really be impaled very easily.
well, no, but
they made him
I know they mentioned, and I know, but
But yeah, they had mentioned because Vision had said that like he can't phase anymore because the damage that was done
know.
to him, and he never was really repaired. I mean, Scarlet Witch started to repair him a little bit, but I think that was pretty much like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
My issues
On a
with
gouge.
I want Scarlet Witch to do some hexes. We haven't seen that. Like
Wow.
that's a big
I was
thing.
expecting her to do
I
something
was
like
like,
that.
all right, do some mind shit. But instead, she's just all telepathy. She's turned into Jean Grey.
the
Yeah.
thing about her is, I think she. This is me speculating, but post. What was it? Civil War, where she was in the African country and did that stuff where there was the accident.
They blew, yeah, that was with Crossbones. He exploded.
Yeah, post that, I think, and maybe post Ultron, maybe she swore off of that. I don't know.
Said
Possibly.
anything? I mean,
I don't know.
She could be holding. They could be holding her back for something. Who knows? But
I don't know.
Yeah, but hey, it is what it fucking
Yeah,
is.
so the captain shows up with the nice little subway train moving. You see another nice cinematography thing where you see just Captain just standing there, and you're like, oh shit, Cap's back. And they battle it out.
Blacked out Captain America suit, which is kind of fucking dope.
Yeah,
yeah, it's dope.
he
sure.
been skipping shaving, so
Yeah. Cap looks better like that. I mean, that's a cool looking Cap.
I agree.
so then we see Thor roaming through space, and the
Yeah.
Guardians chilling in their ship, and then he smacks right on their windshield.
Yeah.
Rocket's like, roll them off. Windshield wipers. What's that thing? Get them off.
Yeah,
I love one of my favorite thing about all the characters in it is that they were true to the characters. Like the fight scene with Doctor Strange, like they show a little bit element from his movie because they're like fighting against the wall and he's like using magic. When they show Guardians of the Galaxy, there's the humor back in that.
Yep.
Same thing with Thor. You got the little bit of the humor, but you still see like the relationship between him and Loki. So I like how they played that all out.
yeah.
Yeah. So Thor is the first of the Avengers to meet the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
So he gets on board, and
And then it's hilarious.
it is pretty funny.
That was a great scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a pretty good scene. I mean, Mantis is able to wake him and bring him back, and he's like, "Who the hell are you guys?" And
Yeah,
they're
Star
like,
Lord's so jealous.
"Oh man,
He
yeah."
started acting like Thor. I shouldn't even fucking.
I had to kill my dad's dead too.
My dad killed my mom. I had to kill my dad.
It's funny
Why are you
because
talking
they
like that?
they literally tell their origin stories to each other.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn funny. And I was like, damn, these are the Marvel movies they're retelling.
I feel like Thor should have been with the Guardians a long time ago. I would have loved to seen Thor on Guardians too. In fact, I think he's one of the best Guardians.
Well, I think after Ragnarok, where it's sort of like they've implanted this really, really humorous side to him.
Yep.
He meshes really, really well with the rest of the
it's
Guardians.
perfect.
Yeah. And I think whoever is the director,
James Gunn.
Okay. Well, no, he was for Thor and
No, he was for Guardians.
Yeah, he's the two.
Waikiki Taiki. It's a tough name to pronounce.
the
Did
Indian
Ragnarok.
guy. He did Ragnarok.
I'll have the dissenting opinion here. I think that there's too much comedy. There was too much comedy in fucking Thor Ragnarok, and I think that having them two together, like comedy to comedy, like fuck that.
So you didn't like that scene with Thor and Guardians?
I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was just like I don't want a whole movie full of fucking like one-liners and shit like that. You know what I mean? It just for me it was kind of fucking annoying. I felt like they put in way too many of those funny moments in Thor Ragnarok. That was one of my complaints about the movie, is that they tried to make it like way too funny. And it's just like
comedy.
it's not funny. Like your dad just fucking died, fucking Asgard got blown up, but you still making fucking jokes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Same thing when he got to on the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. He's like cracking jokes and shit, but literally like his entire race just fucking died.
Yeah.
Well, he had that moment where he was sort of explaining what was going on, and he was crying.
Yeah, I mean, we see Thor cry.
Right back into the jokes. That shit. See what I'm talking about? That's like you don't need comedy relief. Where like you take away any kind of emotional moment when immediately after saying something like that, you go to comedy relief. Like that's just to me, it's very poor writing.
But he was like a pirate and a fairy had a baby. Like a Stitch intro.
For me, this was maybe my favorite Thor, even more than Ragnarok or his movies, because of how heroic and Super Saiyan he goes eventually. spectacularly in this
Oh
film.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was probably one of the most because people were clapping when. I mean, that's later on in the movie. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but
I had a problem with that just because, like, in Thor Ragnarok, like, his whole reason for having Mjolnir was that it was to help him control his powers, but he had to go back and get, like, another tool to be able to use his power again. Like, he could have been using his powers, like, this whole entire fucking time.
well, the tool was to destroy Thanos.
You're talking about the axe?
Yeah, the axe.
Okay, so that was a huge plot hole there with the axe.
Go ahead.
All right, so
Well, yeah, we're jumping forward a little bit.
we'll jump forward a little
Don't
bit.
matter.
So the problem with that fucking plot hole was that supposedly Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet made, right?
Yeah.
The Infinity Gauntlet had to been made at least 3 years prior to that because it was
Yeah.
like way earlier in the fucking MCU.
Ultron.
When he grabbed that, yeah, that was a long fucking time ago. When what do they call the doors were being killed, that was when Asgard was still around.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Why didn't they answer their help?
Yep.
Like, I can understand, like, after they got blown up and shit, yeah, obviously there's no fucking Asgard. But this is way before that. Way before fucking Loki pretending to be fucking Odin. Way before all that shit. So I was just like...
Continuity's fucked.
Yeah, that part was fucked. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Because I know
The glove itself and when it was made.
Well, no, I remember
It doesn't
Oh,
make
you're
sense.
talking about...
in Ragnarok they
Because there
showed.
were several other gauntlets there.
Well, no, that was the caster.
cold-
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it looked like there was some on the floor.
It was probably just other designs,
or
but
yeah.
still.
Yeah, but
Either way, after he was done, he killed her. Sorry, go ahead.
When I was gonna say in Ragnarok, like the scene where Helena is walking through that chamber and she sees the gauntlet, and she's all, "Oh, this is a fake," and she like knocks it over or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's probably like Odin was saying, there's fake ones out there, but I think like he has the true one. But yeah, I understand what you mean about the whole continuity.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
If they called for help, they should have answered. So
There you go.
But Thanos fucking up shit. Well, it's kind of crazy that since we're on that topic, like this part actually fucking cracked me out. That little dude from the Game of Thrones and stuff like that. It's a fucking
Peter
giant.
Dinklage.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was fucking great. But he's still a dwarf.
I actually was not a fan of the way he talked.
Really?
He was talking. I can't even fucking. It seemed like really bad acting.
He just sounded like what's his name? He sounded like he does in Game of Thrones.
No, he didn't. He sounded
He did.
pretty bad.
Yeah, he sounded
Pretty bad. I mean, go back.
I didn't
and
even know
watch
he
it.
was in.
Tyrion.
I didn't even know he was in the movie till I saw it.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
neither.
neither.
I was pleasantly surprised. I
That
was
was
like,
funny.
oh, that's good.
He sounded like he was trying to act really big, and it's just like, we get it, but
They may have changed his voice, like post.
In post,
post-production.
possibly.
Could
But so jumping back, I gotta say, I do love Thor calling Rocket Rabbit.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking
And
hilarious.
calling him a captain. He's like, "Oh, you're the intelligent one. You must be
Yeah.
the captain."
And he calls Groot Tree. My friend Tree.
I was a little out of it
Wait,
when they
wait,
did that
he-
stupid eyeball shit.
He
though.
he spoke Groot as an elective.
Yeah. Oh, that was pretty awesome. And Groot was playing Defenders
Yeah.
the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well, I feel a little bit weird calling him Groot still. He's not like original
original.
Groot. Like
Oh,
Groot
yeah,
died.
so you're
and
talking
every
about-
time you
okay.
say Groot, it fucks people up to thinking, oh, well, he didn't really die in the first one when he did die in the first one. But I hear you.
it's just kind of like in Beer Fest when Landfill dies and his twin brother comes. He's like, oh, just call me Landfill.
Yeah.
And then he fucks his wife.
Keep it going. Keep it going. I get
It did
it.
fucking
I
happen.
fucking get that shit.
So then,
are we jumping? Well, go
well,
ahead.
let's go back. We need to
wherever,
go
go
back
wherever.
because we get the Iron Spider suit. We see this in like
Oh,
full
okay.
action
Well,
because
yeah,
we get to see.
Before you go there, we also like Stitch was about to say that Prodigy was about to say that you didn't like the scene where Thanos get or not Thanos where Thor gets the eyeball thing.
Yeah,
that was
awful.
kind of weird.
That was stupid. That was dumb.
Yeah, like
you know what it was? You know what it was? It was Chris Hemsworth saying, "I don't want to act with a eye patch."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So fuck all that.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it'd be funny if it was actually the Eye of Odin.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
That might
interesting.
actually come
But then,
across.
like, how would fucking Rocket come apart?
Yeah.
He comes across a lot of shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
it's-
but
I need that eye. You know?
This also plays into Rocket has like this ongoing comedy thing about him collecting body parts because
Yeah.
like in the original in Guardians he got like a leg and then he got
yeah.
somebody else's like or he got what's the name like hairpiece or whatever.
Yeah, it's funny.
That was kind of
It's
funny. But
hilarious.
yeah, go ahead.
Pretty awesome.
Iron Spider.
Yeah, we get to see the Iron Spider in action versus because we saw it in Homecoming at the end, but now we get to see it in full use. So we got
It's interesting though because he doesn't. It sort of gets thrown on him.
Yeah, it does.
He calls like B14 or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you mean
17A?
Tony saves his fucking life? I mean,
yeah,
come on
pretty
now.
much because he was stuck.
17A.
He's stuck on a giant donut
about to
headed into
die.
space.
yeah.
Tony come in there.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gonna take my best hoe. Fuck
Yeah, Yeah.
But once again, he gives Spider-Man a suit with a parachute on it.
Yeah.
Yet, what's name still can't walk.
Oh no, Rhodey walked. Rhodey had
With
tech on his legs.
assistance.
Yeah, but he had tech on his legs.
Yeah, but he's walking with
He
assistance.
needs to go to Wakanda.
Yeah, he does need to go to Wakanda.
Sure, he have him out. His ass running.
Fucking gyrating.
But yeah, so we
it's
had
pretty
who do we have on? We have Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Spider-Man on the Space Donut on their way to Titan,
Yes.
where they devised a plan to take the fight to him.
Well, this is after.
New York.
No. After Ebony Maw fucked up Iron Man and Doctor Strange
Yeah.
and Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fucked them all up.
Yeah.
What's also kind of cool is that how much of
He's gonna waterboard him in space.
yeah.
not even with the fucking spikes, but no, it was kind of cool to see how Doctor Strange's cape kind of comes into play because he's like
I forgot about that.
he's like the magic carpet from fucking Aladdin, just going
Yeah.
around grabbing shit and throwing people and shit like that and protecting the Doctor Strange. That was kind of cool too.
Yeah.
It's hella funny when like it appears next to fucking Tony Stark and he thinks it's Doctor Strange. It's really just a fucking cape.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I love him calling him a wizard. I just love it.
Yeah,
It's fucking great.
I do like Doctor Strange's progression because he was way more confident in his powers than he was. I mean, yeah, I get it. It was an origin story in the first one, but it feels like he's been studying a bit more and practicing more.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, so I mean, apparently they still don't call him that yet.
Yeah.
But he has a very big grasp, which we'll get to later, of his magical powers. So it was pretty interesting watching him actually in this huge fight.
Yeah, and so they strategically get rid of Ebony by
Doing aliens.
doing aliens.
That was cool.
I was like, I didn't know where he was going with that. He's like, you see the movie with the? I was like,
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? You gonna get in
I
his
immediately
stomach?
think of like the big movie.
The robot.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
where's he going with
That
this?
wouldn't help.
Hey, if they if they had Ant-Man, they could have did the chest buster. Yeah.
I don't think Marvel would do that.
No.
In this movie.
That was
Yeah.
funny because, and ironically, like I said before, those xenomorphs are my biggest. fucking
Oh
fear
yeah,
ever.
it's so fucking awesome.
But that's
So
Peter was like,
fucking
no,
great.
put an alien in my chest. Da, da, da. I was like,
Yeah, he was hella freaked out about that.
Yeah.
But I love his old, like his pop references that he makes because he made it in the first Spider-Man movie too, where he
Yeah,
talks about
that's
like the Star Wars,
Yeah,
where he
Star
wraps
Wars
around
movie.
Oh
Ant-Man
yeah,
legs and stuff.
yeah. And it's funny,
He called him
fucking
Squidward.
And then Pimp Tony was like, nope, no more movie references for the rest of the trip. Mm-hmm. It was pretty fucking awesome. I was
Pimp
like,
put his fucking hand down.
yeah.
Yes,
Shut up,
Mr.
boy.
Yes, Mr. Stark.
oh no. At least Spider-Man out here fighting.
Yeah.
That's true.
Spider-Man's out there taking orders.
Doesn't matter. He showed up.
Hey, Bruce got in the suit and tried.
Tony Stark was like, boy.
Spider-Man at least eliminated somebody from the movie. Hulk
Yeah,
just fucking.
Got bitched.
Look,
He was a puncher bag.
Disney is petty with that Universal deal. I'll say it again. That's all. The only reasoning I can come up with. Hulk never is bitched like this.
He bitched in this one.
It's on wax now. We
It
see
is.
it.
It's canon. It is canon.
Tony Stark went all Kratos on fucking Spider-Man. He was
So-
like, boy.
What I was gonna say before is I was about to start yelling at Drax for just being a fucking moron and just thinking I'm gonna avenge my wife and just start punch. I was like, oh god, no, please.
So this is a problem, right? So in the comic books, Drax is way more fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Because he's Avatar of Life, he could actually go toe to toe with Thanos.
So-
but in this, he obviously can't.
Well, not only that, Drax was purposely created to defeat Thanos. That was his origin.
This is a different Drax.
This is a different Drax, but I mean, I knew once he saw them, that's been his mission since Guardians, to get revenge for his family. Even though I guess Ronan the Accuser was the one who killed him, he was acting under orders from Thanos, so he blames Thanos, so he came after him. We see the Collector again, under the foot of Thanos.
Yeah.
He
But
was
just
like, "Where's my stone?"
Just to jump back a little bit, back to the scene where Spider-Man gets the black guy out of the room. It's also one of the coolest scenes because we actually get to see the Iron Spider suit actually being used, like with the spider things coming out of his back. Because before it's
There's
not
like
just
the
a fucking
tumble roll
suit.
thing. Was that in that one or?
Oh, that was later on. That was when they were untatted. But like when he web slings Doctor Strange because he's flying out of the thing and he grabs him and then his things come out and grabs onto the thing. That part was fucking dope. About the
Yeah,
Spider suit.
there's a couple ones that came up and did.
Yeah, but
Real quick, to me, just humble opinion here, this was my favorite CGI I've ever fucking seen in my life. alive. I love
Dude.
all the action scenes of
Fucking
CGI.
Thanos, god damn, he
Yes.
looked good. You can see the fucking
the
hair
emotions.
stubble on his fucking head. You can see the arteries on his neck. You can see his fucking Adam's apple. I was like, damn, the amount of fucking detail that went in with that fucking.
But what's so
Trying to
crazy
remember,
about it too is that
I was gonna say originally were we not on board with our first viewing of what we first saw, like the screenshots? I can't remember what we thought.
no,
Debo
I'm
Thanos?
glad they touched it up. and did whatever.
It was a mixed kind of review. Some
Okay.
folks on the internet had some problems with it. I was a little on the fence.
Okay.
Because it was only a quick screenshot. I knew it would look better in the movie.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
But it looks pretty good.
I would say
It
with
was great.
Thanos,
It was great.
what was cool about him is that like he looked like a big fucking dude. Like like his proportions and stuff were like really cool, but it wasn't like they had like some like crazy ass CGI going on. Like he looked like a fucking
He
person
was
standing next to
Suge
somebody
Knight of
else.
space.
Yeah, he literally was. So the only one who stood as tall as him was the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
then
the other guy.
For half a second until he
What other guy?
One of the children of Thanos. The guy with,
Oh yeah, the other big guy.
Black
The guy with the,
Thor.
Yeah.
But those are the only two. Thanos towers over everybody else.
Yeah, he's posted.
Everybody.
And actually, no, what's funny is in the comics he's actually bigger than that. So
Yeah.
he's supposed to be like 8 foot something or something.
Yeah.
He looked damn near almost close to 8 feet.
he's
God
up there.
dang.
He's
Everyone
up
else is a dwarf to him.
So just I'm trying to remember.
But we don't have to do every scene.
Well,
We're on nowhere now.
when did we talk about the promise where?
No, we
we kinda
didn't.
skipped over that.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Or was this too much dialogue for you?
Which one?
Where Gamora made Star-Lord promise to kill her. Or was that too much talking?
No, hold on. We're invested because we've seen Gamora and Star-Lord for 2 full movies have their back and forth flirting stuff, more than Vision
They
and
were
Scarlet.
fucking though.
You know what? Star-Lord got them draws. I know he got them draws.
Vision got them draws.
Yeah, Vision.
Vision don't know what to do with that.
Hey, she was laying in the bed when he got to that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. She was naked. She was wearing his shirt.
Okay, Vision do got a robot dick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
Bionicle
shit.
too.
He
Made her
literally.
ass see Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, he literally has a detachable fuck machine to his body.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
So,
All right,
shit.
Vision got pussy too. I'll give him that. I will give him that at least.
Yeah, so they make the whole promise, you got to kill me, etc., and they don't.
Wait, you gotta kill me because.
Well, she doesn't explain. She doesn't tell him why, but he just says, "You if
I know a secret.
yeah, I know a secret."
If Thanos gets me, you have to kill me.
Yeah.
That's important to say. Not
Well,
just
he was getting
gotta
there.
kill me.
He was getting
no,
there.
yeah, that's what I bet. I bet she didn't explain why it is that
Yeah,
she didn't explain eventually that she knows the location of the soul gem, which
is
I
great
was
'cause
just
we've been
like,
looking
oh
for that
shit,
shit for a
yeah.
while.
We've been giving negative
thought it was
reviews
Wakanda.
on some movies because we were like, where is it at? We need to see it.
I thought for sure it was gonna be in Wakanda.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. It
I'm
was.
glad it wasn't though. I'm glad it wasn't because
I like how they did this.
Too many on Earth.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe.
A little bit easier later in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, so that was interesting. But then we see the Collector under the foot of Thanos, and he's asking him where he's at, and then everyone kind of jumps the gun. Like Peter's trying to dish out orders, and everyone's just like,
Drax, his
Jumps the
thud.
gun.
Well,
Yeah.
he makes a thud on the ground when Mantis puts him to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
being a walking force of.
but he jumped the gun, which forced her to do that, which
Yeah.
got Thanos' attention. But we found out anyway, it's all a ruse.
Wait, you
Cause she-
skipping over parts. You guys skipping over parts.
We can't tell every goddamn part.
Because this part's important because what's the name goes in and she attacks Thanos and takes him out and kills him like
This-
he's laying on the fucking ground.
This is
Well,
I
before
skipped,
the
yeah,
ruse.
this is before the ruse.
But then all of a
still.
sudden, like, she's like kind of sad and crying and shit like that, and then like you hear Thanos talk like, "Oh, child, you still have feelings for me," and then all of a sudden, the fucking all of nowhere starts to fade away, and it's just fucking destruction. Things are on fire.
the
Yeah,
reality
I mean,
show.
but that's part of the end of the ruse. But anyway,
Yeah, that's the end of the Rouge. But then
or
like
the reveal of the ruse, I should say.
Thanos come walking out like, "Hello, my
And then
child."
that's when Gamora gets kidnapped, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's when he can't pull. He does pull the trigger. He pulls.
Oh
the
yeah, he
trigger.
does. He tried killing her.
I really like how they made the reality gem ridiculous, like it is in the comics. Yep.
Yeah.
They do like ridiculous shit all the time. So, as Thanos has Gamora, both Drax and Mantis try to save her, and basically
Got
Drax
cubed.
got fucking cubed up, and then, and then fucking Mantis like I
got
turned the
string.
ribbons.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's like straight out the comics. Who does ridiculous shit with that fucking thing?
Yeah. So at that moment, I thought they were both dead. I was like,
Oh, yeah,
they're
for
dead.
sure. I was like,
But
that's an awful way
then,
to die.
Mantis blinks. I'm like, oh, she's still there, but shit.
Could be an awful, horrible pain. I mean, Jesus Christ.
We also get to see the relationship between Thanos and Gamora. Like we get to see what happened to her village and how he he kind of took her.
Planet.
We get
Not
the
her village, her
backstory,
planet.
and
Planet.
we learn how they want Thanos' origins to be.
And this is where the complaints come in. This is where I'm pretty sure we're all, at least me and fucking Prodigy, are on the fucking same page here. Because that was some fucking bullshit.
I mean, you can start it. Go ahead.
All right, they fucked up Thanos' motivation. So much so, it didn't even make fucking sense if you think about it. It doesn't make any goddamn sense getting these gems that basically make you a god and then just wanting to wipe out half of the universe. What the fuck for? Because there's not enough resources? You can easily just make enough resources. And it assumes...
Hold on, let him get it.
It assumes that on every single planet there's a resource problem. And it assumes that people don't fucking die on these planets, which is dumb as fuck. That's the stupidest fucking motivation I've ever fucking heard for a villain.
Logical leap. And I'm gonna piggyback real quick because this is something that has pissed me off for a long time. All these fucking other podcasts and everybody always talking about Marvel for years, correctly, because I agree with this, has said nobody gave a fuck about Guardians. Marvel got us to care about a retarded ass tree and a talking raccoon. Correctly, I agree with that. We do care about Guardians. Same time, these bitch ass, fake ass fucking fans and shit have said, well, they couldn't possibly show anything close to death. That's unrealistic. That's too much for the audience to believe. That's impossible. Which fucking fact is it? Is it that they can make things that are hard to believe in very believable and they're good at it, like they've done with Guardians, or not? Pick one, goddammit. It's my only fucking problem.
It would have been so easy to fix this with Gamora. If you would have just made Gamora death, whole movie is fucking fixed pretty much. Almost the entire fucking movie. And then take out the I'm gonna kill half the planet for no fucking reason. Just say I'll do it for death. I'm fucking good.
Here's my thing. He's the Mad Titan. You could do a remix on it where he's hearing voices in his head and you don't even actually show death.
Yeah.
You hear some voices. He's hearing voices in his head and he's so crazy that he thinks that he has to do this. Or you could remix Hela from Ragnarok and make her the death some kind of way because she's the god of death. You could I'm just saying you could do remixes. I'm not married to the idea that the living embodiment of death, like the comics, has to absolutely be in this for this to be a good movie. I'm saying what they put in its place was not sufficient or better than the comics or any other depiction of Thanos. And again, you have to, if you're going to give credit to Guardians for getting us to care about things that we've never seen before on screen, which they did correctly with those characters, then you can't say it's impossible for death to exist in this universe. Otherwise, so it's just unbelievable.
They would have had to set the table for that.
I'm gonna throw this out there.
Most people said that shit. Come on, don't diss me on that. Most people said that shit about Guardians.
I don't care about that. I'm gonna bring this back. Thanos, the Mad Titan, as you both say, has his motivations of doing a basically ethnic cleansing.
Like Apocalypse.
However, you guys are trying to say that his motivations are supposed to be logical, but yet he is a Mad Titan.
Dude.
Okay, let me...
So him doing a culling of quintillion trillions of beings, does that really need to make sense from a mad or crazy perspective?
Yes, because he used logic in the movie to break down exactly why he was doing it.
He's not
so that we do as humans. We do this to animal species. We do a basic culling. So when there's like a huge predatory presence to certain life, we do like fishing.
Hold on.
So when you fish, you're only allowed to do a certain amount of fishing, correct?
Okay, let's take that argument. Okay, we'll say fish. If there's too many fucking fish, all right? We'll say
certain type of fish.
Certain type of fish. Okay, you're saying there's too many of this certain type of fish. Let's kill half of every fucking other animal on this planet, including that fish.
No.
That's what he's doing in this movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying what we do. We usually call.
But
do
not
culling.
all animals at the same fucking rate.
All life.
That
doesn't make any
all
sense.
Life. Yes, it is all life. But like I said, he's mad.
Okay, hold on.
Why do we need to? Why does his logic need to make sense? Why does it even need to be logical if he's mad?
Because I'm sorry. Let me get this real quick.
All right.
Real quick. I'm sorry. I know.
I'm just throwing this out.
I have an answer. I'm prepared. So we've seen on a very much smaller scale throughout history. This is real life, and I know, this is a movie. I get it. But we've seen on a smaller scale during the Black Plague, Europe lost approximately half of its population. Right? That's historical from like 14th century or something like that.
Yeah.
Look it up. 30 to 60% of Europe's population, one way or another, died. We've seen, giant world wars where hundreds of millions of people
and
died.
smallpox as well.
But yes, we've seen large mass human extinctions happen almost, in small isolated areas. No kind of utopia happens as a result from that. There's no good, you can't say half will be destroyed and something good happened out of it on my planet, therefore the universe is going to be better off. It makes no sense.
How many people are on the planet Earth now?
Over 7 billion.
So how many were then?
So at the time of the Black Death, probably less than 1 billion? I'm just saying.
I'm not going to jump on the side of genocide. That's seems very foolish.
But it doesn't make any sense that it improves things.
Well, the other problem is that it's random people that are being killed off. So say we have a fucking scientist who's about to find a cure for cancer. All of a sudden he's fucking dead, but this dude in jail who's been killing fucking little kids gets out scot free.
There's no circumstance where killing half of the population results in something. It's just as a direct result positive.
Yeah,
to logical people like us, correct.
Yeah,
however, his motivations, and he says he's blessed with knowledge and whatever, et cetera, and like I said, you're not going to trick me into jumping on the side. But yeah, genocide's good. Stitch did not say that.
But then also, however, if resources are low,
However, the way they develop his ideology, not to say it makes sense, but you kind of almost see why he believes that and why he's passionate about it. Now, like I said before, this is different than the comics, and I'm not going to say that this is better than the comics because they're two separate.
It clearly ain't.
They're two separate things, and we've said before, I don't think that they could fully do what they did in the comics in the MCU based on all the cosmic beings and the characters.
But they can make retarded raccoons.
Yeah, I mean,
or retarded trees.
Wait, hold on. But what does he do in the comics? He does the same thing. He wipes out most of fucking humanity with the fucking snap.
But the reasons are different.
His reason is for a pasty white woman who is the personification of death.
And it's not just half; it's everything.
Yeah,
everything.
But he did it for the personification of death.
Yes,
which is a woman to him. And this way, in this version, in the MCU version, he does it because he feels like it'll revitalize their populations everywhere.
But that would revitalizing populations get you back to the same exact point of where he called them. So it makes no fucking sense.
Like I said, I just think it's just because he's mad. He just does it.
You can't say the guy is mad. At the same time, the guy talks about he's basically the pinnacle of intelligence. All right, because if you're on the pinnacle of intelligence and you're cursed with the gift of knowledge, you would know that almost every society, at least here on Earth, once you hit a certain prosperity level, everybody's fucking reproduction levels goes down.
But he was doing this though, wasn't he?
He did this to Gamora. He did this to Gamora's planet, and he used. Well, in Gamora's case, he used it as an example, and it was the only example he used.
Okay,
because it didn't work on Titan.
Yeah, it did not work on Titan.
No, it didn't work on Titan because it was already too late. He went around telling people about this.
Titan
they said
is where
he was crazy.
He developed the idea to do this.
Yes, and that's why they called him mad.
I don't know if he first tried it on Gamora's planet or if this was one of the stops along the way.
But he talks about he's been doing it. He's been going to planets and planets, but having a gauntlet will make it easier because he can just do it with a snap of his finger.
Okay.
Here's the thing, man.
I just want to get that cleared up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with y'all. That is how it went down. Here's the thing, y'all. What they did was they explained it with a shitty ass fucking knife, saying it's balanced on both sides. I hated everything about that flashback.
You hate talking.
God damn it, that was a shitty flashback. Why did you do it, Thanos? You see this knife here? It's even on both sides.
No.
Kill them all. There was nothing there for a motivation.
I thought it was just
Here's a knife.
That was talking about him pretty much adopting this.
Here's a knife.
It was him saying to balance the planet we have to kill half of them. Which you're right. That was very poor.
Here's a knife. Thank you, Thanos. Thank you for explaining your great philosophy.
It was
your knife.
But he wasn't explaining that to Gamora.
Yeah, he was.
Yes, he fucking was.
He had her head turned the entire time. She tried to.
He turned her head so she couldn't see, but he was explaining the knife as being balanced and being a metaphor for the universe.
But not it.
Well, he was trying to.
That was their first conversation. And he was like, "Here's this toy. Look at it's a knife and it's balanced." He wasn't saying like, "Hey, little girl, the reason why I'm killing all these people is for the balance, just like this knife."
Pretty much he was. Yeah.
No, not to some 4-year-old kid. No.
That was the best explanation he gave.
He had
a
her
knife.
shielded. She eventually learned what was going on as she was hanging with him.
Then what scene depicted him explaining his philosophy better than that knife scene?
Well, when he did
That was when they first got together, but in the previous ones, she explained how she went with him and she helped in many ways for decades go to these planets and
With Thanos explaining. That's
So
what I'm saying.
Thanos explains to Gamora when she's older, and then that's when she yells at him that he could never know whether a society would thrive or not if their resources were depleted.
That's not him explaining why he did what he did.
Well,
Come on.
he wipes him. He says he tells her what he did to her planet, and he said, "You know what? I've been to many planets. The reason why I do this is because people were starving." And he's all, "Do you know what happened to your planet after I did what I did? Now everybody's thriving. Now everybody's hungry."
Wasn't that where he alluded to the flashback? I think so. Come on.
I think the flashback was just before that.
Come on. The butter knife is his reason.
Well, he also explains it when he's on Titan, because that's when he kind of shows like
He explains to Tony.
He talks. Yeah, that's when he's explaining to Tony, where he's talking about how back when this was a Celestial paradise, people were using up all the resources, and that's when he explains he tried to stop them and stuff like that, and he called them crazy, or he wanted to do genocide then.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he does genocide.
Which is poor too because Titan is a planet full of immortals.
Yep.
So that was another problem with the fucking movie.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
Well, see, that's the thing. Did the Titans leave the planet and he just decimated their resources, or did he kill them?
This is why it was easier in the comics to explain because he just goes around and kills them all.
Yeah, in Thanos Rising, he does. He kills them all, but he manages to get, technology and shit. But still,
I'll tell you this, man. I would have loved to have seen a flashback of him being a little bit younger.
Oh yeah,
That would have added a lot more
I think
context.
we'll get more.
So-
I think we'll get.
Oh, no, we
more
are getting
that
more.
in the second.
I hope so.
film.
So
I
when
hope
we
so.
when we get to the end, there's a couple things I need to bounce back to.
But go ahead.
Yeah, well, let's move forward. I want to
Okay.
stick on this part.
so he's kidnapped Gamora, and
They're
they're back in the ship.
onto
On
Another planet.
Is it the
soul to the soul.
But even before that, there's a scene where Thanos takes her to see her sister, because she wouldn't tell her where the map was.
Nebula.
So he takes her to go see Nebula, and it's fucking dope because when the camera comes in and you see her hanging in space, you just think she's just floating there. But then once you pan to the side, she's fucking ripped apart, all of her pieces are separated,
cool.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope.
Yeah.
That whole scene made me think of the scene from what's that movie? The Cell.
13 Ghosts.
Oh, that movie too. Yeah, that
Yeah,
when
where
that
chopped-
person get chopped in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was fucking dope. But I was thinking of the
gross.
Cell because
Oh,
the scene with the horse.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was all fucked up. But that scene right there is pretty fucking dope though. But that's
Yeah.
when Gamora tells Thanos exactly where he can find the Soul Stone.
Through torturing Nebula in front of her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and not even that. Even then, she said, "I don't know," and she was like,
she tried lying, and then
he hit the Devo button.
rewind the tape.
TiVo button.
That was great.
Damn,
So
that
they-
was all bad.
They go off to the planet. I can't think of which planet name that one was.
But this was a huge part of the movie because
Oh yeah,
they showed the Red Skull.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
I was like, who the fuck is it? And then it clicked in my head. I was like, oh wow, I totally forgot that.
Well, wait. It was a fake out for me because I saw the cloak and I was like, wait, are they going to do it?
That's
Are
what I
they
thought
going
too.
to do it?
Yeah, I
too.
thought that
And
too.
then
too.
it was Red Skull, which I'm not disappointed by. I love Red Skull. I thought that was one of the greatest villains that they wasted on the first Captain America only. So
But now that we know that he survived the explosion from the Tesseract, because he
he didn't
disappears.
he
got stuck in the
survived.
Tesseract.
He's stuck. So he's stuck there, and he's been trying to acquire the Soul Gem, and he couldn't.
He started off as smoke, like a floating cape. He didn't show his face until a little bit later. So is he dead, or is he just
he's in another realm.
Yeah, he is definitely.
How does he have that ability to turn to smoke and shit?
He alluded to he had to give up part of himself to try and get the Soul Stone, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. I was like, wow, now we could potentially get Red Skull later on.
Which it can lead into a whole bunch of different fucking storylines. So
Yeah, I'm excited.
He's not even just a Cap villain. He's a great villain, period. If you do
If they do him right,
Yeah.
they do it right. But yeah, this is where. So this got me faked out too. It wasn't the part that we saw the cloak. It was the part where Red Skull explains what you need to do in order to acquire the gem.
And this is where I said if Gamora was death, it would have fixed a lot of shit for me because that whole scene, I was like missing with that bullshit. Because he was up there fucking all teary-eyed and shit.
That was bullshit.
Fucking crying. I was like, this is not fucking Thanos. Get the fuck out of here. He don't give a shit about nobody, not even his kids.
Wait, but Gamora says flat out, those tears are a lie. You love nothing and no one.
But apparently they weren't because he got a fucking stone, right? So that's why. That scene was fucking bullshit.
I think he had to think about it and like figure out
You can't just make yourself be
here's
in
the
love.
thing. If his love
in
was
20
death,
seconds.
is death soulless or is death with many souls?
Not
Because
my
if that-
Thanos. My Thanos don't cry no fucking bitch ass tears.
Nope.
He literally is infamous for killing his own children
Oh, yeah,
all the
yes.
time.
Yes, he is.
I mean, come on.
I mean, technically, she's an adopted child, so
That
I mean,
makes it even.
Well, you mean kidnapped? Kidnapped?
I mean,
She's a slave, is what it is.
yeah, I mean, but
Ain't no master crying over their slave.
I mean, he was like, "That's my bike," but still, or "That's my Gamora." But I mean, he threw her ass straight down that fucking
Sure
pit.
did.
That was when I saw. She's never been my favorite, but seeing her actually die was kind of a good scene. I
was like,
it hit
damn.
me.
I didn't expect her to go out like
But
that.
those fucking tears, though, I was like,
Yeah,
get
I-
the fuck
I
out
like
of here,
that.
crying Thanos. What's next? He's gonna fucking, you gonna show him cooking or some shit?
Well, it was kind. I mean, like I didn't know Thanos was like a badass where he doesn't fucking shed a thug tear or anything. But
No,
like
he
just
does not.
that scene was kind of cool. Just the way the make. I guess from the cinematographic point of view, the way like the tear ran down, like the crack in his face and stuff like that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it was
That was cool.
amazing that it was CGI, but
Yeah.
it was just like
I still,
not my Thanos.
I think I'm still. Well, one of two things still could happen. Gamora could come back as Death. That is a possibility. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. And he could have faked it out. I mean, he could have faked that out.
I don't know how
just
you
to get
fool
the
a
dick.
gem, man.
No,
Gems are eternal.
I think she's gone. She's gone.
Oh,
well, I don't think she's gone because
no, I don't think she's gone.
the
Not
stone,
completely.
The stone actually has the power to bring somebody back to life.
Yeah, that's
so
what I was like.
yeah, anybody
Bring her back.
to life.
Yeah, well, we'll get to this.
Which is kind of a huge flaw in getting it. Throw away the thing that you love the most, but you can just bring it back. So that's not really a sacrifice. But anyway,
I mean, that's comic stuff. These
Yeah.
stones could be
Yeah.
different. These stones could be different. Let's see.
Yeah, so that was interesting. So he wakes up in the river away with the stone and no Gamora. So then he
He's
ends
already
up going
4
back.
stones deep now.
Yeah, so he ends up going to Titan to try to get the
Tony or
the,
who's,
the time gem.
whose plan was it? Tony was like, "We'll bring the fight to him," or was it?
Yeah, that was Tony's. That was Tony's.
I'm shaking my head. I was like, "This is
Hey,
all fucking
so
stupid."
Doctor Strange says, "No, this is a bad idea, but we're gonna play it your way, Stark."
yeah, don't make any fucking sense.
Well, but I gotta give Tony some props. I appreciate the fact that his reasoning that he said out loud was, last time they came and invaded New York, and we ain't having no New Yorkers die and casualties on Earth. That's that was his reasoning for wanting to take the fight to them, even though he knew it was probably a one-way ticket.
Even though he knew that he was going to go to Earth anyway, because that's where one of the other stones were. But whatever.
Well,
I get that.
One of the things was that he couldn't
two of
control
them
the
were.
ship.
Wait, but was it Doctor Strange was already kidnapped, right?
Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
in space
they're already
now.
in space.
But
Okay.
Vision was still on Earth, so no matter what, Thanos
Yeah.
had to go back to Earth. So they were just assuming that, hey, we can just kill Thanos.
Yeah, Tony assumed that they could stop him on Titan.
Well, one of the problem is that like he couldn't control the ship, so like they were going wherever the ship was fucking going, so he had no other choice but to try to take the fight to them.
This is a problem that I had when I was watching it too. I was like, okay, you got Doctor Strange. Why doesn't he just fucking make a portal?
Yeah, right. I was like,
that's an easy way out.
I think maybe they're too far or something, but yeah, he could have just made a fucking portal and
Yeah.
went back to Earth.
Whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
This did not lower my score of the movie, by the way. Those are like small nerd complaints.
we inch into the
Right.
close to the
Yeah.
part where I hear the Kill Bill music, where I started to rage out when Thanos does get there, and they're having a pretty badass battle.
That
and
fucking battle was dope.
they're
I
like,
love that battle.
we gotta get it off his head. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's a smart ass idea.
Tony's
And-
plan, right?
No, it
no,
wasn't.
it's Quill's plan.
It was Star-Lord's plan.
Yeah.
I thought he
Take it
wanted-
off him.
I
Yeah,
thought
it was. It was Star Wars.
I thought Star-Lord wanted to do
Star-Lord.
a dance bullshit.
No.
off.
They
It was-
talked about
they
the
made fun of
dance
that.
and how they got the one from Guardians. Which stone was that? The purple stone.
Okay.
So and they're
I have to
like,
rewatch that because I remember
Wasn't there? Oh, there was
because for a while they were saying the cape was in it, saying like don't let him close his hand and all
Yeah,
that
they're
kind of
just, well,
stuff.
because I think when he closed his fist is when he can use the power of the ring.
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
stones.
Yeah, so they were. I just saw them focusing on. All right, if we remove the glove from him, I was like, yeah, maybe he can remove the glove. And then they all team up together, and fucking Mantis is putting him in sleep mode, and
he's fighting it more
everything's
like
going
Pogs.
good. I'm
Fighting
like,
like
they're
a 2-year-old
fucking yanking
son
it
of a
on, and I mean, this is probably where I start to realize how ridiculously fucking strong he he is because he's asleep. And they can't get this fucking glove off him. You got Spider-Man in the fucking spider suit, all anchored in, trying to pull it off. It's still not moving. They got Tony fucking using all his thrusters, trying to pull this thing off, still not fucking coming off. And then, goddamn fucking Star-Lord. I felt myself
You
not.
might as well have just said Martha. In that part. It might as well just said Martha.
So we didn't talk about them meeting each other the first time. How the Guardians get to Titan and they think that the heralds of Titan are there, and they end up finding out that they're from Earth.
It's like we're the Avengers, goddammit.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's when they realized that they met Thor. So that was pretty interesting. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean the ambush thing was pretty cool watching.
It was working.
Yeah, it was so called work until fucking he got caught up in his fields and forgetting the mission at hand. Get the motherfucking glove off that dude's hand, and he fucking
Because he fell for
loses
green
it.
putty.
Fucking loses it. I was so fucking mad. I might not see Jurassic World first day because this fucking idiot.
Let me get this in though. Peter is who we thought he was. Most of y'all,
Fucking idiot.
But hold on. Most of y'all cheered on Peter doing almost the same shit when Ego told him I killed your mama, and he went berserk and came at Ego and whatnot in Guardians Volume 2. This is what Peter Quill does when shit goes down. He gets too emotional. He sees red and he acts before thinking. That's his MO.
Why would you punch that motherfucker though?
I know.
He had a gun, at least shoot him in the dick. I mean, damn.
But I mean, Peter punched a god or eternal, in volume. What he does when he hears something that's off the hook, like someone hurt one of his family members or one of his loved ones, Peter Quill does that shit. He cannot control himself.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah. Basically, but by him punching Thanos in the face, they knocked the Mantis chick from.
Yeah.
She stopped using her power.
Well, actually, she felt the pain or felt that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she could feel everything. So
Yeah,
it's almost
yeah.
like her getting hit in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it's like.
And it
he
was
shook her off.
Nebula who put two and two together
Yeah.
that Gamora didn't come back. Because Quill didn't get it. And then when he finally got it, that's when he came out the
Dumbass.
end. And he fucked it all up.
Dude,
But
you know what? Replace Quill with fucking Thor. From now on, Thor's a guardian.
Peter was like, I almost got it off, and you see it starting to slide.
Yeah, you see like his thumb
And his
almost
eyes
come out.
fucking I was like, yo, damn it.
And
motherfucker.
Tony's like, stop, Quill, we almost have it off. Quill, what are you doing? Give us like a second.
I'd have shot Quill in the face.
Yeah, that would have been the next death. That would have been the next death.
But then Thanos wakes up, starts throwing motherfuckers like rag dolls and shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, this part was cool with Doctor Strange, though.
Pulled a fucking moon down.
Yep.
Pulled a fucking moon down. I was like, God damn.
Yes.
But one thing, or I was gonna say, one thing we skipped over is that,
Meditation part?
yeah, Doctor Strange, like, there's a scene where he's like meditating and he's using the time gem and he's looking, and he looked at like 21 million different.
14
million
and 5 or something like that.
Yeah, to see like how they could beat Thanos, and only one of them is where they win.
Yeah. Yep,
So it's
that was
like,
cool.
y'all guys been fucking up.
Yeah.
Favorite part of this whole entire movie was, for me, Thanos telling Tony, "Oh, Stark, I know about you.
yeah.
I put respect on your name, Tony." I was like, holy shit. This is literally just an MIT fucking engineer that's like on steroids. The cosmic alien badass of the universe knows Tony and
By name.
and is the only one that Thanos is showing any respect
Well, he
for.
knows him because essentially he shut down the Chitauri.
He shut down the Chitauri with the nuke.
They didn't shake hands and say, "Hey, I'm Tony," though. I'm
I'm sure it got
saying.
reported
but
back
his
to him.
name-
I mean, he went up into the
I know,
fucking...
but still, he
was like, "Whose
acknowledged
is that?"
He acknowledged it. That was cool.
I thought that was a defining moment as well. He's all, you have my respect, Stark, because he came at him toe to toe.
He was also
threw
the only
everything
person,
at him.
the only person up until that point that did any damage to Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any real damage to Thanos.
Yeah, because even
Tony's
Nebula.
Tony's suit in this is more powerful than anything else we've seen in any of
He
these
gets to
movies.
drop.
Oh, MCU,
He
yeah.
gets to drop a blood. Is that
He
right?
does.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he calls him out all that because he busted out all kinds of shit,
Yeah.
and he said all of that work for a drop of blood.
Tony better fight, at least in this, better fighter than Hulk, better fighter than Thor.
Nope.
Not Thor.
Not
I'm
Thor.
saying better.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope,
Thor
not
was getting
Thor.
his head crushed immediately.
Hold on, we haven't got to the. Hold on, wait till we get to it. We almost there.
But what's interesting with Tony Stark's suit is that like when he would like throw punches, like all of his nano to go to like that arm and make it a little bit more stronger or to his feet.
He was
he was like putting some fucking work.
Yeah, putting in thrusters, turning into like mallets. And
it was fucking dope when Thanos ripped off his fucking mask and you saw his face and he was like, oh shit! And all of a sudden Thanos, the tech came back over his face again. I was like, that's fucking dope.
I was about to say you that's a real face. You
that was fair. Yeah,
Nano ain't gonna protect that fucking your bones from cracking.
Yeah, you gonna feel like me in fucking God of War hard mode. This is fucking one blow KO, bro.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. And then Tony gets impaled.
Yeah, with his own fucking
Dude,
thing.
whole fucking theater went silent. There was a hush, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But we kind of skipped over this too. But the scene with Spider-Man fighting Thanos using the magic from Doctor Strange, where he's jumping in and out of portal, and he kept calling this shit. He thought, oh, portal, or he called like magic punch, magic. But Thanos grabbed his ass and threw him.
Yeah, and he calls him an insect. He's an insect. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So he gets the gem and he's like, all right, peace out, on to the next.
Yeah, and real quick, fucking Doctor Strange gives up the gem to him. He surrenders the gem.
Even though he said he wouldn't. He thought if it was either you or the kid, if they are going to die, I would not give up the gem. But
And Tony tells him not to, even though Doctor Strange said he was going to protect the gem at all costs,
but
sacrificing the kid and him.
He's seen.
But they alluded to this earlier in that scene when he said there was like 14 million possibilities.
Yeah,
Only one where they won. I think this is the one where they win.
said-
Oh yeah,
he said it's about
everyone that saw this believes that is the reason why they
He
win.
said it's the end game.
Yes.
Well, there's no way you're beating Thanos without Tony's mind. You're just not. You need some kind of plan from Tony.
Well, you need Squirrel Girl.
Tony needs to be.
You need
Oh, go ahead.
you need Adam Warlock.
Yes.
That's what they need.
Or to
I think-
power up Drax and give him more power.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what the fuck.
I feel like at least my takeaway from him making that decision of Tony's life for the stone was him saying, okay, the one scenario that works, Tony is in that scenario. Otherwise, it doesn't work the way.
you saw it that way.
That's how I saw it very clearly.
I saw it as if this is the way that we as a team, whoever survives, is going to defeat Thanos.
I'll get to what I think when we
Get to that. So let's move on.
Prediction.
Let's jump to Wakanda.
Okay.
So when Wakanda came on the screen,
we need to put in that Kendrick music now.
Yeah, when you see Wakanda on the screen, the whole theater fucking cheered.
Yep.
Before you see a character there, just seeing the city, the whole fucking theater lit up.
It wasn't even that. It was just the music, like leading up to when they were like, "Oh, where can we go now?" And then Captain's like, "Oh, we're gonna head."
So there was a slight more when I saw it. There was a little slight, but when you see the city when they're flying in, the whole theater fucking lost it. Before you even see anyone in Wakanda,
somebody yell, "Wakanda forever!"
Oh no, people were yelling that the whole movie.
They were going to Wakanda to repair Vision and to get the stone out of Vision's head.
Without killing
To
him.
destroy it.
The part where T'Challa's sisters looked at the stone, Shuri, and she's like, "Oh, why do you guys just do this?" They're like, because we didn't think of that."
Yeah.
That
Dumbass
shows how
Bruce
smart
Banner.
she is.
She was all colonizer.
Pretty much.
I still wanted to see her. I'm still waiting to see her and Tony.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But did you see Steve's eyes light up when he saw his old flame?
No, Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky with the good hair.
He was like, Buck.
That's so bad.
I see you got both hands now. You can reach her on both sides now.
Oh, that's terrible.
But he's got that Wakanda arm. It's all black and shiny. And shit.
Yeah, and he's got the good hair.
Yeah.
Bucky with
Cocoa
the good
butter.
hair.
Should have gave him some Soul Glow.
It's not cocoa butter, it's cream of nature. Or cream of Wakanda.
Give him that soul glow.
So they're getting everything set up, getting all caught up on what's been going on, and they put Vision under the knife to prepare for this, removing the intricate nanos and neurons from his mind with the gem.
Stone.
But it'll take some time, as Shuri says. Well, y'all ain't got time because the skies have opened. and the Independence Day cloud is formed over the city of Wakanda. And now these big ass pillars start
Country
landing on the ground. And
Well, it's
shit.
cool because like the first one, like it looked like it was about to land in a fucking city. I'm like, oh shit's about to break loose, but it just gets fucking destroyed by their shield.
I
It's
was like,
fucking
yes, Force field is on point.
dope. Yeah.
for sure.
So they go have their nice little wall-to-wall meeting. Like, do you come in peace? And they're like, nah, we come to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And then they go back to their collective side.
But they're like, oh, you're gonna have to spill a lot of blood. They're like, we got blood to spill.
Oh, that was
and
some
then
shit.
they set it up by implying that the one person had died in the
I think it was Corbius Glaive.
yeah that
Yeah.
that
Because he got stabbed by his own. He got stabbed by Proxima Midnight's blade. Yeah. or
So they
stab.
implied that that person was dead and everything, which we eventually find out that person's doing the espionage mission and sneaking
Oh,
through
yeah.
and everything. So
I missed that part.
They get these fucking, I don't even know what kind of animal I would compare.
Chitauri.
Well,
Chitauri warriors.
yeah, well, they,
You know the alien guys.
the alien dog thing.
I'm sure those are Chitauri.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of what they reminded me of, like some Resident Evil type.
yeah, like the
dog.
bloodhounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
Something.
So they got unlimited resources of them, and they're just random them through the wall, and I mean the wall's just fucking them up. So I'm like, all right, where are they going with this?
Real quick, Chitauri would be the same ones from the invasion on Avengers 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
But then these things are getting through the force field. Like
but they're getting fucked up.
Yeah, but
Like,
there's some are getting through.
One will like squeeze through, and the other one's getting fucked up. So
Yeah.
they're just trying to
chopped up,
overpower it by
Yeah.
like force.
I mean,
and then,
there's so many that shield's not going to last forever. So they needed to come up with a plan.
probably should've.
The shield, from my understanding, the shield wasn't completely like it wasn't deteriorating.
No,
it
but-
was just they were going to completely surround it and,
Yeah.
and enclose them in it, and they were gonna be like, all right, we're kind of fucked now. We're stuck here till.
Well, because they had nobody except for Scarlet Witch. Well, and Shuri, but Shuri. Well, just Scarlet Witch, because Shuri was working on Vision. But yeah, there's nobody really protecting Vision.
Yeah.
So
Black Panther makes a call, open up gate or a portion of the gate and everything. They sort of do the whole 300 philosophy where you just filter their numbers in.
Funnel 'em.
Yeah, funnel them in. Then we see Vision. I mean, once they do that, we see Falcon dropping some ordnance and War Machine dropping some explosive napalm shit.
And we see Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster, not being the Hulk, but
Yeah.
in the Hulkbuster armor.
I thought that was weird. Him in the Hulkbuster suit.
Yeah, it
that's
was
the only
weird.
time the CGI looked off to me. Was his
Yeah.
little head in the big. I just thought it looked a little
it
bit
does.
weird.
It does a little weird.
But everything else was
And I think it's weird because that you see the Hulk a little bit when he tried to manifest him and he busts out and he says
no
no
again.
and he comes back.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So they start funneling through, and we start to see this big ass, just hands-on battle taking place in the fields of Wakanda. I mean, I just with the numbers that I'm seeing, I'm like, they're gonna get fucked up because they were
were way
ridiculously outnumbered.
Lord of the Rings style battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cap's got his shield, but I mean, there's just all these.
But the Wakanda
sorry.
fighters are pretty badass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you had the Dora Milaje out there. You have Black Widow fighting along Dora
The
Milaje.
Jabari.
Yeah.
But one thing,
Where were the rhinos?
One of my, we also say one of my,
yeah,
one of
where
my
the rhinos?
problems was that we didn't see much Wakanda tech there, other than like their little their spears that shoot lasers. Like there was no
They had
other
shields.
really tech. I mean, they have a shield, but like
Some of their ships came out later, but yeah, you're right. It wasn't much. They could have used way more of their.
their resources and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, Killmonger did take out a lot.
I guess.
Oh,
he
this is
did.
true because he flew off with
And
something. They
then
had
a
to
lot of that
destroy
shit
them.
got destroyed. But yeah,
So they're battling. I mean, they're starting to get a little bit overran and everything. And the MVP shows up, Mr. Thor. Well, wait a minute. Does the Saw Blades come out before Thor gets there or no?
they before.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
dope.
because when they started going, I was like, "Oh shit, that's gonna be a problem."
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't it after? Don't they come out during?
Nah, they
he
were
gets
before
there?
because they were still fighting, and Thor wasn't there yet.
And then
Because once Thor gets there,
Thanos
last.
gets there.
Once Thanos
Either way,
gets there,
either way.
a whole bunch of people start getting fucked
Well,
up.
the saws start coming out and start just eating up dirt and just sawing through shit,
Well,
and then that's
I
when
like
Scarlet Witch leaves her post and
Well, no,
comes down.
I like that scene where they're like, where you just see like like the trees and stuff by the alien spacecraft starts like lifting up and stuff like that, and you see like the ground underneath, and all of a sudden underneath the shield, all the dirt start coming up, and then all of a sudden those salt things come out of the ground.
Yeah.
But y'all like this Thor coming through.
Oh yeah,
the Super Saiyan.
We didn't get to talk about Thor getting the Stormbreaker.
Well, I mean,
It's still. Groot sacrificed part of
Which I'm
himself.
pretty sure that's Leviathan in God of War. I'm just saying.
Shit.
That's the way I looked at it.
I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool.
Thor shows up with Rocket and Groot.
Yeah.
To the battle.
Which is awesome.
So it was pretty.
I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
That was a good scene.
Well, there's that other scene with Rocket and Bucky are
Winter
fighting each
Soldier,
other, and Rocket's like, "Oh man, I like that arm." He's all, "Can I have it?" He's all, "No." He's all, "I'm gonna get that fucking arm."
Yeah. Oh, wasn't it?
team
Oh,
up-
he
the
wanted
team
the
up
gun.
fighting
He's
were
like, "How
good.
much for the gun?" He's like, "The gun's not for sale. What about the arm?" He just looks at him and walks away.
That's what.
Yeah, the team. I really enjoyed the team up fighting in this, like I said, with Rocket and
Winter Soldier.
and Winter Soldier, and then also with Scarlet Witch and Okoye, because we
yeah.
go back to, was it a Civil War where move or I will make you move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get to see them actually team up together.
Black
and,
Panther's like, "Oh, I like to see
in
that."
Oh, you're
Civil
talking
War.
about Black Widow.
Black Widow. Yeah.
yeah, what I say?
So
You
in
said
Civil
Scarlet
War,
Witch.
in Civil
my
War,
bad.
She was fighting too.
Well, she came late at the end part. Yeah.
yeah, but in Civil War, that's not Okoye. She's just Dora Milaje.
Yeah,
But still, we still get to see the team up, and then we do see. Actually, one of my favorite scenes from this is Winter Soldier picking up Rocket and just spinning him around like he's a fucking turret gun and shit. That was pretty fucking awesome. It was funny, but it was awesome at the same time.
But then we see Thor pulling out some fucking moves from God of War. It's fucking throwing his axe around.
Oh yeah,
Like it's summoning it back.
He was fucking
Thor
shit.
cleared the
up.
screen.
Yeah,
It's like when you play
Level
those videos, you
cleared.
drop the smart bomb, just boom,
yeah, he did.
clear screen.
we finally see full Super Saiyan, completely badass God Thor, like for a long period of time. We saw it a little bit in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're getting an extended view of like Super Thor, and I love that.
He's taking out numbers like
Hordes.
He was taking out hordes. I was like, God dang! And when I saw everyone was cheering when he showed up,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was cleaning house, and then we see Vision leaves where he was. Oh, because they get overrun at the.
Oh yeah, 'cause that one dude
Well,
comes
Corvus Glaive comes and just starts wrecking shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, and then him and Vision start fighting, which was interesting.
Get stabbed again.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't see that
Fucked
move from
up
last
again.
time? I thought you were smart dog.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Dumb robot.
I don't know any Vision fans, but Vision took some major.
He took some L's.
Yeah.
I like the course of the film.
He was basically worse than Hulk, in my opinion, because he didn't do shit.
He was a voodoo doll. He just kept getting
He didn't-
impaled and poked.
I don't think he landed a single punch.
Yeah.
He didn't
yeah,
fucking hurt nobody. He was a
He
liability
didn't
the whole
kill
movie.
anyone, but he did like fight some of the bigger.
Tried to,
enemies.
nothing
How
happened
did he
though.
fight? He don't let a
The
single
guy
blow.
was fighting
Fighting
there
there
shot
because
his
he
own
used his fucking
beam at him.
mind gem. Yeah, he shot his beam at homeboy, but he
knocked it back. He's like, "What is this shit?"
But still, he was fighting one of the like generals on the field.
Yeah.
so,
But he can stand toe to toe with Thanos. So-
not hurt.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Rewind the tape to Ultron. Vision was badass. Basically, Vision almost took out all of Ultron's shit by himself.
Almost. Yeah.
Almost. Come on now.
Yeah, but like I said, in this battle, he's hurt. He's stabbed. He can't phase, so he was getting fucked up. He
on
took
some
he
bitch
took a
shit.
couple L's.
Yeah.
He wasn't as much as fucking Hulk though. Just saying.
But then we get Thanos shows up to the party.
So
Ooh.
then, here we go.
Yeah, the headmaster
Yeah.
shows up.
Yeah.
He's
Final
like,
boss.
what's going on?
Final boss shows up.
Yeah, what's going on up in
changes,
here?
And
Kill
he's
screen.
just fucking everybody up. Like we see, so Scarlet Witch is about to destroy the stone, and Thanos is just slowly walking, just knocking motherfuckers out. Like
Yep, one by one.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to stop him. Just nothing
Yeah.
fucking happening.
He just slapped
On the way, he's like, "That's my bike, punk.
Yeah.
Give me my shit."
Yeah,
It's like that. There's like a meme or like a video where guys just going around slapping kids and stuff. He's like, just, that whole scene made me. That's what it made me think of. But
From the trailer, we see the infamous scene with Steve actually holding up Thanos' fist. That lasted all of half of a nanosecond for me.
Well, Thanos
But I
was
like
sort of impressed. Like,
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, okay,
he's
Steve."
like, oh, this human's. Let me just flick you off my.
I got
fucking
2 hands though, bitch.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Hit you with my other hand.
I saw Smokey come out saying, "You got knocked the fuck out."
Yeah.
You sure did.
Eventually, he makes his way through the wall of superheroes to get to Scarlet Witch, who's trying to hopefully not have to kill or remove the stone from Vision's head. But once I think Steve was the last one to go down, she realizes she's got to do what she's got to do. Cracks the stone and everything, and Thanos. Everything.
She destroyed.
Yeah, she
destroyed it.
Destroys it.
And
For a moment, I was like, okay. I guess maybe he's gonna do it with 5 stones or something like that.
I knew exactly
but then
what was gonna happen.
as soon as
I saw it coming.
as soon as he starts talking, I was like, oh shit. I was like, he ain't even worried about that shit. And he's like, oh, I understand what you had to do, etc. I had to do
good
something
effort.
Similar.
Good effort.
Good effort. Reverse.
He busts out the TiVo. He's all.
Do you want to see it again?
Yeah.
Explode. Explode.
It was cute how you did it. Let me show you how I would do it.
Yeah.
He fucking rewound the tape.
Rips it with all the shit still hanging. And, oh man.
When even fucking Vision had a crater in his fucking head from having the gem ripped out of his
all
fucking head.
short-circuited.
And he
It was
just
bad.
So he was just floating there. He just turned all gray. Just got thrown like a rag doll. And
Exactly.
All those L's for Vision just added up.
Yeah, and they all added up to one big L.
Yeah.
So,
just lost
So
it.
and then we have Thor run
places it in the thing, and boom, Gauntlet's getting powered up. Da-da-da-da. And then all of a sudden, Thor comes with his throw, Stormbreaker to throw it, and hits him in the chest.
Not only did it hit him in the chest, but it stops all of the Infinity Gauntlet's fucking beam, like power beam, coming at it. Just like splits it in half, hits him in his fucking chest.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, okay. I don't know what we're doing here. This is gonna be interesting to see how it plays out.
And Thor says, "I told you I was coming for that ass."
And he starts talking. I'm like, oh, you doing the James Bond villain shit? Talking, kicked the axe deeper in his chest.
He was pushing it in.
Yeah, he was.
But I was
When
like,
he held
stop
him.
talking. Talk to his head when it's impaled from his body. Then do the talking. And he's like, should have went for the head. And then snap. And then the screen goes dark. And I was like, oh boy, because I was a little bit worried. I was like, I don't want them to. They could have ended it maybe there and rolled credits, but I'm glad that they
Sopranos,
didn't.
goddammit.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want a Sopranos thing. Did not want that. And we start to see all the.
Well,
effects.
Thanos escapes, so he snaps his finger
and
he escapes through a portal.
But no,
He's gone.
and then before that though, when we see the gauntlet damaged.
Yes.
And his whole fucking arm.
His arm is like scale. It's like burnt and everything.
Yeah.
But nothing happens. Why we missed the part though? When he snaps his fingers, it goes dark. Then he sees Gamora again.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the gauntlet in his hand
Yeah,
anymore.
it looks sort of. He doesn't have scars on his face too, but he then all of a sudden it comes back because Thor goes, "What did you do?" And then Thanos goes in like a portal.
Yep.
And then it takes a little while when they come back to realize what he did.
Yeah. So
But that kind of leads up to a question that VZA asked.
wait. Before we get to that, we got to explain what the fuck happened. The first thing we see is Captain America standing there. Thor's pissed, perplexed, and what happened? And then we hear Bucky. He says, "Steve." And then we see his ashes start to go.
We need that song, Dust in the Wind.
Yeah, so his ashes start to go, and then like various different
Black
members.
Panther gone.
Black Panther,
I was like, what? No
Yeah.
way. That movie made so much fucking money.
Yeah.
Black
So-
Panther's gone?
Black
Well, we
Panther
know,
comes
we
up to Okoye, and he's like, "Hey, this is no place to die." As he picks her up, ashes go floating in the fucking wind.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my fucking grill.
Steve, when he saw Bucky, like, waste away though.
Falcon waste away, but like almost all of them get away. Like literally, there's 5 people left. We go to Titan.
No, a whole bunch of Wakandans fucking go away too.
Yes.
Real quick, hold on. Let's stay with this with Steve though. Real quick. You also got to remember, Cap was born, 100 years ago and whatnot. This is the rapture, basically, for him. I've heard some people say that, and I agree with it. This is like something out of the Bible, right? I mean, I'm just saying, from his perspective, that's what it seems like.
Earlier in the film, Tony Stark says this is like the end of days type thing. He's like, this is the big one. The New York was like the setup. This is the one that we've been kind of set up for.
Yep.
This is the end of days here.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the apocalypse.
Still won't call Steve though.
Well, just when he's about to is
know.
when he heard some shit, but still.
But go ahead.
But then,
Once
like,
you start losing.
we see people across the universe just disappear. Because I thought it was just humanity, but Mantis disappears.
Oh, we see Mantis.
Drax disappears.
Star-Lord disappears.
Well, he's human. now, I
Groot
guess.
disappears.
Does Groot disappear?
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he
Right in
does.
front of Rocket.
Yes, he
in front of
does.
Rocket.
That's right.
Yeah. As soon as they start putting it, I was like, oh god, which one's gonna go?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I fell for this one though.
Well, it was interesting because like it seemed like every other person kept disappearing, but once they got to where Star-Lord and them were, it was like everybody's fucking
Yeah,
dying.
across the universe.
Yeah,
But no,
all
like,
the Guardians pretty
Only
much.
only Tony Stark was
Except
like
for
the left
two.
one on Titans because Spider-Man fucking
Well,
disappeared.
hold on, when Spider-Man died,
He took a
was
while.
Tony was sitting there and he was like,
Boy.
floated away.
Spider-Man took a while to disappear though. They kind of
Because his spider sense. He was sick.
No, seriously. I felt like he sensed that he was about to die, right? And that's what made it even
He
more
had
torturous.
he had probably the most emotional death because he was like, he didn't go out for a minute.
He does that thing with his voice where you realize we know how old he is in real life, but he makes it sound like a legitimate teenager child when he's scared. Like
Yeah.
we saw it in well, you didn't watch Homecoming, but when he's when Vulture has him pretty much buried under all that rubble,
yeah.
and he just like screeches like he's going through puberty for like help because he fears for his life. You see that again where he's just I don't want to go, I don't want to go.
I hated it in that scene because of what resulted. But we're not going back to Homecoming. But for this, I felt it. This is my time really liking Tom Holland as Spider-Man because he felt so vulnerable and he felt like he let Tony down, his pimp father, as we keep talking about. And Tony, because we didn't get into this at all, he told Pepper at the very beginning he's been having dreams about having a kid. He's about to get married, and he's way more family oriented. This is his surrogate son, and he's dying in his arms. There was emotion there.
Yeah, there was. I mean, I give more credit to Tom Holland's performance for this, for making me be like, oh shit, like I forget that he's still a kid. He still has a life in front of him, and I felt that in that scene, like all that is being blown away literally in the fucking wind. So I was like, holy shit, yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
gone.
great scene. Almost shed a thug tear.
Yeah, when the movie ended, after that part, there was fucking silence.
It was silence.
It was fucking
Dead
weird.
silence.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm ready to clap because this is so fucking good. But I was like, no, this is morning time.
The best way, like I think this was the end of the movie where Thanos is like, I almost thought he was in Wakanda or
he
whatever.
goes to his where he talked about what happens after
peaceful
it's
place.
done. He's like, I'm just gonna sit wherever and watch the sunset. Or
Yeah, he said he was gonna go to some planet, and
Random
just
planet.
retire,
Yeah.
basically, and that's what he did. He walked down there. He still has the scars on his arm from his gauntlet being all fucked up.
So
but
we
he just sits down and just looks over the water and just smiles.
Yes, that's the one thing we see that we haven't seen the whole movie. We see Thanos smile because he has accomplished what he set out
Yeah,
to do.
he won.
Bad guy won. Holy shit!
Yeah, he did. He came in, and as much as everyone wanted, he fucked shit up.
How did Avengers blow a 5-1 lead, though? I mean,
Star Lord.
Yeah,
Star Lord.
damn.
Yeah,
They had
had it.
stones.
they had a couple of times where they had him, and they fucked it all up.
nobody's like, maybe let's figure out how to use these.
Yeah.
The only person that knew how to use it at all
Strange.
was Doctor Strange, and he can only use it during like a certain. He can only go back and forward for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so it was interesting. So
And then what after credit?
after credit scene, so we see Nick Fury. Even though we heard reports that Samuel Jackson was not even in this fucking movie.
You
And
was
then
out
we
there
see him.
talking shit, saying, well, "How you not having Sam Jackson?"
Oh, yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah,
he was in it.
and he's in this.
So you was wrong.
Oh, God. Yes.
Nobody knew he was
Yes.
gonna be in there.
I speculated because it was a secret. I'm glad they kept it secret.
But two fucking Prodigy's credits. Samuel Jackson came out on a tirade and said, I should be in this. Woo, woo,
He
woo,
should
woo."
have been
And
more.
I think that was a fucking media stunt shit to throw people off.
Maybe.
Something that they fucking planned, which was good in their part because he's in it. And Samuel Jackson basically gets to say motherfucker in a Disney
Almost,
movie.
yeah.
Almost. He's right there with it.
Yeah.
But he turns to ash.
And he pages
Captain Marvel.
Oscar winner Brie Larson.
Oh, wait, Golden Eggplant winner Brie Larson. They weren't calling Teen Titans Go. I know that shit.
It's like,
Dude, the Teen Titans.
And then, but those credits roll in. I was smiling.
No tears for Maria Christina Hill?
A little. Just a little. Because I was like, she
you're talking about that's Robin from
yeah. I was like,
But even this after credit scene, it might be one of my favorites because it reminded me very 9/11ish in terms of like just the eeriness. You see a helicopter go into a really, really tall building. People just sort of running a car, just blowing an intersection, crashing, and nobody's in it. And then you realize, oh shit.
This shit's affecting the world.
You kind of sort of forget that, this is affecting all the regular humans too, because we just saw all these superheroes turn into ash. It's happening to regular citizens as well.
It's the rapture.
Yes.
It was funny while I was watching, like when toward the end, like dude, I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And once the credits started rolling, I'm like, I'm fucking running out here, and I don't want because I always think it's funny when people leave the theater, Marvel movies, like, come on, there's always gonna be something after credit. So I'm like, this is gonna go pee. So I go run and fucking pee. It's so funny because like 5 people did the same thing, like the man's bathroom had like 5 guys and they're going to the bathroom, and then we ran back into the theater and see after the credits.
Yeah, so a couple things that I said I'd come back to. We see Thanos on the planet.
Which planet?
Whatever planet, random planet to watch his
One thing was on
sunset.
Earth.
I don't know. I don't know because it looked like there were some weird creatures that are not from.
It was
Earth.
not Earth.
Yeah.
It looked like I guess no. I got this in the guy from Wakanda, the guy who challenges
M'Baku?
Yeah, M'Baku. I thought he went to his place.
Nah, he was all just chilling on vacation.
Yeah,
somewhere.
M'Baku's place is in the snow.
Yeah,
that's what it was there.
So I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna throw out a little guess. I think that in the next one we'll see him on this planet and Death will appear to him and he will ask if she's pleased. I won't be surprised if we see that.
I don't think we're getting
I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen is in the next movies they're gonna somehow get at least the Soul Stone away from him, and that's how everybody comes back.
Well, I think they'll probably get the whole gauntlet back.
Maybe.
They'll try to put
I think the gauntlet will be sort of damaged where essentially they can't all be used again or something. Maybe they'll figure out a way to use parts of it, the Soul Gem, maybe to bring back some of. I mean, your main characters. I personally think Loki's gone. I think Gamora's gone. I do think my prediction is that Tony is going to die. I think whatever happens to kill or end Thanos, it's going to involve some sort of sacrifice that Tony's going to have to make. And I think they were sort of setting it up by this whole Pepper Potts thing where he wants to have a family with her and all this. I think it's all going to sort of come full circle and he's going to make some sort of sacrifice. And I think that's how they're going to get rid of him gracefully out of this because he's making $100 million.
He's a headliner
on these films.
Right, but I think that having it all come down to Tony Stark is kind of almost overplaying his character. They need to introduce another cosmic being, which should be fucking Adam Warlock.
But it'll be
that should be the person. No, I mean she's gonna be new, but they already sort of introduced Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yes.
And so he needs to show up in one of these movies to possibly fight Thanos. There's nobody else that's in the movie so far. They don't have any kind of power to fucking fight Thanos.
Nope. The only one that they'll show, so unless they show Warlock in Captain Marvel, I don't see anyone else show, unless they bring him in Avengers 4 where more cosmic characters show up.
I don't know.
She releases, or Warlock is released.
They got a lot. They have 2.5 hours to establish this Warlock character.
Sure.
I don't think that they can do that because they still need to go back into Thanos's. I think they're going to go more into Thanos's backstory.
Hopefully. I hope you're right.
In the second part of this movie, I don't think Warlock's.
So if they do that, they could still introduce Death. Like I'm saying, there's still that possibility. I still feel that possibility is still there.
All right, let me get to that. Real quick, I have a huge goddamn problem with Marvel talking about their phases and plans ahead of this movie with so many confirmations of Spider-Man, Spider-Man Homecoming 2, Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
Guardians 3.
It takes you out of it, literally takes you out of those deaths because there's so much confirmation from Kevin Feige, whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah.
and others, not Marvel, not like rumors online, official, hold on, but
yeah.
official information saying this sequel is happening in 2020. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that takes me out of it when you have these characters dying in here.
We're all smart enough to know, based on how much money that they were making in these films, whether they said it or not, that they were going to have sequels for Black Panther,
Sure.
and Spider-Man and everything like that. And also, I mean, as much as Thanos demands your silence and stuff, we still understand that these actors have roles and stuff. They're not like Gal Gadot, where she was only doing one thing.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
But when you realize that, okay, this person's booked, why are they booked? Okay, it's hard to keep a movie set thing secret that you're filming something.
Sure.
I don't think
Especially with that kind of money
I don't
on the
think
line.
that Disney and Marvel can just put all productions on complete hold, nothing, no scripts, no
not
nothing, no
saying that.
bookings of anything.
I'm not saying that.
Well, we know because we're in the nerd knowledge and we understand that what's being made and what's
No, you're missing the point. What I'm saying is, literally out of the official Marvel like CEO leadership and PR shit, they've said Black Panther 2, Homecoming 2 coming literally like I don't know, 2020, 2019 or something. Like the confirmations of that.
If we're gonna nitpick and do stuff like that, then that's like saying, oh well, I wasn't invested in Black Panther fighting Killmonger because I know that Black Panther's in Civil War, so why should I care that him and Killmonger are having this battle at the end of the movie?
Well, that was before.
I'm sorry, not Civil War. Infinity War.
No, it's a little. I mean, again, this is my.
We
just
know.
my
We already
tidbit.
know these people are going to
hold
be
on,
there.
but at the end of Black Panther didn't die. At the end of the movie.
Well,
That's
we know that even when we thought he got thrown down the cliff, we know. All right, whatever. He's not dead. We know this. We know this in every movie when the hero is almost about
Whatever
to die.
got turned into dust though.
Yeah,
like,
but they didn't almost die.
They did.
They did die. They definitely died.
Yeah, see, I had an argument with
Same.
someone else saying that they're not dead, they're just in a different realm.
It's the same thing with Superman. He was supposed to be dead.
True. No, but we're not getting on the DC real quick. But I will say this: I'm for one happy that T'Challa died in a lot of ways because this may give an opportunity to have him be King of the Dead. This may give an opportunity for Shuri to take the mantle and be Black Panther for a little while.
When? In the next movie?
In Black Panther 2, possibly. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe hold on, maybe in Avengers 4. Shuri's alive, T'Challa ain't. And Shuri knows the tech. That's all I'm saying.
They're going to recorrect everything that happened at the end of whatever with Infinity War 2. I think we're going to get all these characters, the vast majority of them back.
I hear you. I'm not saying for a full movie. I'm saying you may have a short period of time with Shuri being putting on a Black Panther suit. That's all I'm saying. There's a
cool to see.
precedent.
I would like to see it.
All right.
Well, she's supposed to be. So
That's what I'm saying. There's a precedent.
that's why it's kind of weird in this one because it's like, in the other movies or in the what was it, Secret Wars? Not Secret Wars. Yeah, it was Secret Wars, right? Where Shuri got fucked up by Thanos and she was basically stuck in like a basically dead state.
Yep.
In Necropolis for a real long time.
Another thing, so we saw some scenes in the trailer that were not in the movie. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those scenes were actually going to be in the next movie and they were just edited in because they're saving it.
That's not
for
how
another
that works.
part. Well, I mean, you never know when they
already
film movies
filmed.
back to back.
It's already filmed.
So
Which
you
one
could
is already filmed? Like
both.
Captain Marvel?
No,
No,
Avengers
both
4.
Avengers.
They were filmed back to back.
These two parts have already been done. They just
So this scene could be like them using the gauntlet, going back in time, rewriting, and Hulk comes out to fight.
I think
you
it was
never
just,
know.
I think it was just them
Fooling people.
Possibly.
Yeah. I am curious, though. We didn't really talk about Ant-Man and
Wasp.
Hawkeye. Wasp isn't really introduced yet, but they mentioned that they took a deal with the government and they're on house arrest and everything. I'm really interested to see how they maneuver this whole Wasp Ant-Man story.
Yeah.
Where that fits into the timeline of what just happened. I'm going to go into that movie with my head cocked to the sideways and be like, okay, because everything for the most part has sort of been pretty linear. Like, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened. They had a couple, like a little bit of a flashback to say, okay, we'll set this up, like when Vulture was getting his whole thing started, but everything else happened after the next movie. So it's interesting. I don't see how they can do the Ant-Man movie with half the people turn to dust and ash and him to just be doing car chases and doing dumb, petty, random shit like that.
I suspect that this movie will be Lang coming back to San Francisco right after the events of Civil War. And then
which
at
is
the
2
end,
years before this.
and then right at like the end, maybe he does time, gets out of jail, and people turn to ash at the end of the fucking movie. Okay. Never know.
It would be interesting to see how this movie has an effect on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because
Oh yes,
for it wasn't Civil War, it was
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
no, not Winter Soldier, it was Age of Ultron had an impact on
So did Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier split the team, literally fractured S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. practically didn't exist after
talking
Winter
Hydra.
Soldier.
I'm talking about the TV show though, because that's when
Yeah.
Hydra came into effect.
Yes, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, when Bill Paxton shows up, the events of fucking Winter Soldier, you had agents versus agents, them turning their guns on each other.
Yeah.
And they went into hiding pretty much.
Not only should this affect S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it should also affect Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
this
See,
shows, so.
this could be, I mean, who knows? I don't understand the timeline for the Netflix show. Because what if it's only like a week for them and they're still back in 2012 or
Who
some
knows?
shit?
But one way or another, it should affect it, hopefully. Because, they mentioned the incident in New York from Avengers 1 11 times.
And someone said they talked about Sokovia as well.
In
later on.
theory, they should have just done this movie, not released any other Marvel movies until next year, 2019, when we get Part 2. Then do your Ant-Man Wasp movie and stuff.
In theory.
Well,
In
yeah,
theory,
but
because
we
I
don't
think
know.
you got a lot of plot holes and you're trying to retcon stuff.
Was there anything else, like we talked about a lot of positives, and I think there are more positives than cons. Anything else from a negative standpoint that we didn't touch on that we want to get in here?
Well, I mean, Thanos, that's a huge one for me. That's got to overstate it. Thanos, they fucked him up, but he looked amazing. So everything else besides his motivation was pretty good, but his motivation, as me and Prodigy not even alluded to, we talked about this way in advance.
Years.
His motivations are for death and death only. Having some made up fucking dumbed down bullshit that doesn't even make any fucking sense is a huge problem for me. So
Yeah, I mean, but anybody else on anything else that didn't work from the film?
It was kind of weird. I didn't understand why didn't Heimdall send Thor to Earth to help the Avengers, but instead he sent Hulk or both.
because at that point, Hulk was the only person that did damage, any kind of damage.
So he's like, "You're useless, bitch. Go back to Earth."
Well, no, he did damage. So it's like save him because he can actually sort of hurt Thanos.
Maybe.
But
Thor is also kind of
Thor didn't
tied
do
up
anything.
too,
He was.
so he couldn't.
That was a little weird for me. I felt the beginning was a little rushed, but they slowed it down.
I'm glad.
After the battle, so I mean, it worked out in the end. I just felt there was a
This
little.
was continuous back-to-back action.
Yeah,
You
it
have
was.
a lot of main characters. I think some of the characters didn't have as much maybe screen time as others, like Falcon or Bucky and stuff. But I think you did a really good job of balancing all the characters with stuff to do, what was going on, them and their little side missions and everything. I was happy with the balance.
Thor takes on literally the power of the sun. So
he does.
Man, come on. How
He
can you not
literally
love
does.
that? How can you not love that? Do we want to round it and give some final ratings?
Let me get out the sheet.
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Damn, this is all.
Yeah, I mean, we almost took up the whole goddamn cast.
We
This
sure
was,
did.
This was
We
important
did.
enough. This was
Yeah.
important enough to do it.
This
We-
was 10 years. Whoa! One thing we didn't talk about is that the opening credits for Infinity War, for the Marvel Studio logo, it instead of it being like IO, it was a 10.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool.
That's
But
cool.
but it also was kind of cool that their intro had like different scenes from all the movies, and they show like all the different characters, which is kind of cool. I mean, normally they do, but like now they have like actual all the characters on there, which is kind of fucking cool.
Old Ninja, what you got on this one? Come on now.
I know, because there was something I liked more. There was more positives, like I said, like you said, than negatives for me. I'm gonna give this a solid 9.0.
Woo!
I'm giving
All
it a
right.
9.0. I don't think it was better than Black Panther. That got my highest rating, but I'm giving this a 9, solid 9.
Blue, you just saw it. What you say?
I'm gonna give it a 9.1 just because, like, some parts were a little bit slow to me. I felt like just certain, like, some of the chemistry didn't really work between, like, you know, like the Avengers meeting, like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, that just seemed like kind of forced a little bit to me. But I don't know, overall, like, seeing like everybody fucking dying at the end, that shit was epic. So I would have given it a 9, but just seeing everybody die, I give it a little bit one more point up. So yeah, 9.1.
Curtis?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because I'm knocking it down almost a full point because of Thanos. I'm sorry, but that motivation thing was huge to me. Talked about it way before the movie came out. He's my favorite villain of all fucking time, and his motivation is like core to his being, and they totally fucked that up. So I have to knock it down a lot because of that.
That's fair.
What was your score?
He had 8.5. What you got, Stitch?
This was, well, I mean, this is a comic book movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's what I've always imagined, just big action pieces, people fighting with each other, people teaming up, that I've only seen in actual comic books. So, like I said before, I was very glad to be alive to witness something like this. And even though I sort of tease saying, oh, it's not a Disney movie, when in terms of like how Disney movies a lot of times have that so-called happy ending.
Yep.
This wasn't a happy ending.
Nope.
And that's why I absolutely loved it. I almost felt bad smiling on my way out because I was like, this is good. This is extra motivation for me to live another year. It was everything that I had wanted. There was obviously a couple little nitpick stuff that I did have, mainly as I discussed earlier. But my score,
Numbers, motherfucker!
9.
You have them?
0.87.
Oh, you putting up there with Spider-Man?
It's
Wait, 9.875?
9.87.
Versus
It is the new leader on the board, passing
for you, the
Homecoming.
Everyone else got. For you, yeah. Everyone else gave Black Panther 10.
9.875. I like it. Okay, I'm drastically off from everybody. I am going 7.99. Did not like anything with Scarlet Witch and Vision. Did not feel the Black Order or Children of Thanos at all. Love Tony in this one, and Thanos. Brolin's portrayal of Thanos just left me. I liked his actions at the end, but a lot of it left me very whelmed at times. Best CGI ever, though. That's what won me over. So, and it's almost an 8. I just couldn't go quite that far because you ain't gonna fucking cuck Hulk.
We also didn't see him too much in his armor. When he saw him in his armor in the beginning, after that he was just walking around with wife beater on.
Who are you talking about?
Thanos.
Oh yeah. Disappointing on those motivations, and I hate people online getting into trying to defend it. The only reason why they're defending it is because it's an MCU movie.
Yeah.
And nobody, real quick, I'm sorry, I know we've talked about this forever. Nobody fucking said anything about them having a problem with death as being his motivation for the 40 fucking plus years in the comics, video games, cartoons. Nobody had a problem with that, and now all of a sudden, oh, of course it's a problem. It's just disingenuous, hypocritical bullshit.
I haven't heard people really saying about it.
Plenty of people.
Okay.
There's a whole. I'll give you a laundry list.
My whole thing was that you would need to set that up, and I think they would have had to spend 10 years setting up all the cosmic universe stuff.
No, you don't need 10 years to set that up. What are you talking about? Just him in the beginning of the movie, be like him praising death. That's all you gotta do.
Everyone would be like, who the fuck is what's going? I don't know.
We believe in a retarded tree and a talking raccoon. Marvel can do this. Again, can they or can they not?
It only
Yeah,
took one
but
movie to explain where the fuck's Peter Parker got his powers from, right?
Yep.
Didn't need any extra explaining. Right away, he got bit by a spider. He's got fucking powers. Boom.
Yeah, but the thing about death is like
God.
a concept, so it's hard for it'd be hard for a lot of like.
It's not a concept. People die.
Yeah, people die, but the concept of death as a woman.
I already gave you the remix answer where you don't
still-
have to put it on screen if you wanted to.
Yeah,
You
I
can
know,
have
I
it in
saw
his
that,
head.
but
he's the Mad Titan. You can have it in his head. You could.
Regardless, they won. It is the highest grossing
Yes.
movie all time. Opening.
Opening,
Opening,
of all time.
U.S. opening.
And obviously your star female lead, Scarlett Johansson.
Bruh.
Let your hate marinate some more.
I like how Jurassic World just keeps getting kicked further and further down the fucking
It's
list.
fine.
This is a Robert Downey Jr. top billing ensemble cast. This is not Scarlett's fucking movie. Don't you dare.
Who's your head female lead?
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
She 15th down
women
the
don't
line.
matter.
I
Say it
respect women.
out loud.
I respect women. But she 15th down the line. Don't matter.
So wait, last week we talked about who we thought were gonna die. Do you guys remember who you said was gonna die?
Oh, we were
Yeah.
all wrong.
we were all wrong. Everybody died.
Bits and pieces.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, we were all wrong. Everybody died. Everybody.
I had like maybe two people who I said were gonna die didn't die. Like I said Michonne was gonna die, and shit, I can't even remember actually.
I think she
Scarlet Witch is
did.
gonna die. For sure, I didn't think that Black Panther was gonna die.
Yeah, I did not think Black Panther was going.
I didn't think Spider-Man was gonna die.
I didn't think that either.
Tony or Steve, most people thought one of them or both were going to
Yeah.
die.
Yep,
Neither
nope.
one.
Both of them stayed. Everyone else was
It
gone.
was all like, ha ha ha, hashtag white privilege.
No.
I'm just kidding. Plenty of white folks died in this movie. That was totally a joke. Jesus Christ.
And you also have the original Avengers now that
Yes.
are still
Yes.
that are alive.
Which
The
is
second part of the movie.
and Ant-Man.
Maybe.
Maybe Ant-Man.
Maybe.
You never know.
Who knows? Who knows with his ass? God damn, we went deep. Did the chat love it or did the chat fucking hate it?
Did any women die?
I could have thought that Okoye
Yeah,
disappeared.
no,
Gamora.
Gamora.
Gamora and
Mantis.
also
Well, I mean, like,
Mantis.
okay, did she disappear in the end?
Mantis
Mantis,
disappeared.
okay, she did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mantis,
gotcha.
But I don't think what's name did. I think
Scarlet
it was Black Panther.
Witch?
Scarlet Witch, yes.
fizzled out?
Scarlet
Yeah,
Witch
Scarlet
did.
Witch died.
Scarlet Witch
Shit.
did.
Okay, so I was right. Scarlet Witch did die.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I got one.
Wait, War Machine was still around, but Falcon
I mean,
died.
the cripple's still around. Call him out for what he is. I'm just kidding. Anybody attending capable.
How is he expect to have a paradise? He still can't walk, right?
God damn.
Yeah, but Falcon disappeared. Him and his glasses.
Yeah, I will give credit. Marvel having the balls to kill off so many characters, that's something we haven't seen in a very long time, and people who have been critical of them saying that there's no weight to the movies, you know.
Strange is gone also.
No,
Yes. Nope. Strange left. Strange. He was one of the when they went to Titan, he disappeared
trying to
too.
remember if
When he says he's talking and he floats away, he's
So Tony
ashes.
was the only one left on.
Tony was
think
one.
it- yeah.
Tony's on Titan by himself.
Tony, Nebula, and shit.
Yeah, Nebula's still there.
But yeah, she's
There's one more. There should only be 3 of them on Titan. There's Tony, Nebula, and one other person.
Tony gonna use Nebula
Parker
as a
died.
spaceship, turn that pussy into a motherfucking suit.
Maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, good shit. Good shit all the way around.
It's awesome.
Yeah. 10 years. Holy fuck. All right. Are we gonna get to anything else? It's hard to get to other
I
shit.
don't know.
the intro should be
be the whole episode?
in complete spoiler.
Yeah, complete spoiler.
Yeah.
I will say this: we'll definitely. Cronus is finished. God of War, I think, right?
Yes, I have.
I want to hear about it, but let's save it for next week. I'm gonna get closer to caught up.
It's so fucking good.
I know.
Yeah. It's so fucking good.
Damn. All right, we got
Wait, should I read off who died in the movie? I
Yeah.
have a
real
list.
quick. Go ahead.
So Helmdall does. He's the first one. Loki. The Collector. Gamora. Vision. Everyone else who died. Bucky. Black Panther. Groot. Scarlet Witch. Sam Wilson. Falcon. Mantis. Drake. Peter
Drake?
Quill.
Drax.
Drax. Sorry.
God,
Drake.
Thanos
God,
plan.
Yeah, Doctor Strange did die, and Peter Parker, and
Star-Lord died.
that's it.
Nick Fury.
No, fuck Star-Lord. We don't recognize his ass.
That's
Fuck.
interesting though that Strange saw the plan that leads them to success, but he's also dead. So it's like he has to just hope faith that it
So
all works out.
technically, he has a cheat code.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
He could just go to the astral plane,
Yep.
and it's outside of the universe. So I think that's probably part of his plan.
Does he need the eye for it?
No, he does not.
Okay.
He just needs to meditate, and he goes to
Okay.
the astral plane.
because that's what
So
he
that's-
did in the what's the name, right? In
Yeah.
His movie?
So that's probably part of his plan, is that he went to the astral plane. He's going to find some help.
Okay, I can't remember if I saw him turn to ash or not.
I know who ain't gonna help his ass. Wong over there on Pornhub,
Yeah, no
still
shit.
whacking off. He like, oh, Ebony, yeah.
Did more than Hulk though.
shit.
He got cucked. All right, are we rounding it up?
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean this kind of went long on just this one topic, but it's just fun sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes
no, this is
you have to do this.
Yeah, this is one of
Legendary.
the reasons why we even have this podcast. We
Yep.
can just sit here and talk about nerd comic shit that we've been
Whatever
waiting
the
for
fuck
since
we
90s.
want.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
hell the fuck yeah. Hopefully y'all loved it. Old Ninja, what you got percolating this week?
So this Saturday is Cinco de Drinko. So I'm
Oh, damn.
probably going to be up in the city with some friends. I'm going to see Infinity War tomorrow.
Okay.
And I think that's about it so far.
Good shit. Blue, what you got? You back from vacation.
Yeah, back from Hawaii. Definitely talk about a little bit of that next week. But I brought some drinks in here for you guys to try. I brought in this this apple cider whiskey that I got from the Cider Fest.
That you didn't drink most of it.
Fucking good.
Dude, this shit's so fucking good, and it goes so good with ginger ale. Well, I didn't get it for you. I didn't get you any Ninja because I didn't think you drink alcohol. But
I'll take it from the head.
yeah,
That's fine.
I can use this cup here. But yeah, it's an apple cider whiskey, and it's super good.
Wow, that's good.
I can drink that.
Dude, yeah, this is just it straight up. It's super sweet, really good. But you can find this in Whole Foods now.
Wow, that's really
Day
good.
before it was only available in San Francisco Whole Foods, but yeah, it's really fucking good. It goes really good with ginger ale, and you can power like this whole bottle. I probably got this done in probably like 2 nights. Like that's how fucking good it
God
is.
damn, drunk Blue out.
Yeah, because Blue's an alcoholic. And it's all good.
But I was at home when I did it, so it's all good.
An alcoholic is an alcoholic anyway. No problem. So
In the astral plane, though.
it's not just if you're in a certain spot. If you drink there, it's like negated.
I was meditating. What are you talking about?
You were in
But,
the astral plane.
Yeah, I was in a Negro plane. But this weekend, I'm not doing anything. I'm kind of recovering from my vacation because I spent a lot of money there, so I'm gonna be just chilling.
Playing God of War.
But yeah, getting back into playing God of War because man, I was fiending for it. Kronos was playing it and he kept talking about it in the chats. I'm like, fuck, dude, I need to be killing gods. I'm out here vacationing.
Yeah.
I got fucking duties to have, dude. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Kronos, what you got?
I'm happy today that my back pain stopped. I feel like a fucking old man for the past like 3 days. I don't know what the fuck happened to my back, but it was all fucked up. And I was supposed to compete at a jiu-jitsu competition on Saturday, and the last time I could sign up was like basically yesterday. And my back was all fucked up yesterday, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to sign up. And this morning, it's fucking fine.
Okay.
And I feel like an asshole. I should have just signed up. So
At least you're feeling better, though. That's the
I'm
point.
feeling better. Because if you never had back problems before, it's fucking awful. Like I slipped a disc once when I was younger, when I was fat, and I had to call an ambulance. So I fucking couldn't get up.
God
It was
damn.
fucking bad, and it wasn't that bad, but it was annoying. It was hard for me to pick up my kid.
Did Bane get you?
Yeah, he fucking he got me. It's all good. I had a Zazel take over for me. It's like, parenting my child and shit. It's all good. Other than that, Kamek is gonna watch Infinity War this weekend. I'm gonna keep playing God of War because there's other shit you can do after you beat it. It's basically just the opening is wide open.
Nice.
So it's fucking great. I really got to catch up on comics because God of War has put me 2 weeks at least behind on comic books. For me, that's like at least 60 comic books.
Yep.
So yeah, other than that, that's all I got.
Good shit. Stitch, you back here.